Heidi ho, chickadees. Happy Monday. We are at the beginning of a glorious week. So happy to have you all with me this evening. I have not caught pretty much any of today's testimony, so I did do a quick rundown to see about how much time the actual testimony is for today with Kelsey Fitzsimmons. It looks like I'm at just over 4 hours. We're going to zippity doo dah through some things that we don't need to pay attention to. And I think we can get this done, this first day of testimony, this evening. So let me, first of all, say hello to everyone. Good evening, Kelly. Yes, come in, get comfy. Tell me what you're drinking. I am hydrating with the bottle of water this evening because my voice is feeling like it's taking a little bit of a beating today. And I don't have any snacks, but Mr. Demeanor made these lovely breaded pork loins. And he's got some red cabbage. Not a huge fan of that, if I'm being honest. And some potatoes. And yeah, so he's got stuff for me when we're done here. Hello, Granny Debbie, and hello, KS Granny. So happy to have all of you with us this evening. And thank you, Kelly. You know how I love that sunshine on my skin. So, yeah. Gotta have the warmth on your face and other body parts. So thank you. Hydrating with Chardonnay, Granny Debbie is. Well, good for you, girl. So if you are new, hit the like, or even if you're not new, hit the, oh my goodness. Even if you are not new, hit the like and subscribe button. Leave your DNA on that thumbs up. I don't know why you wouldn't. We're going to have a great time tonight. You can always become a member if you'd like also. Don't have to. Subscriptions are free. But if you want to join in on our crazy emojis, then membership is what you want. Replay crew, anyone on Replay crew, thank you so much for tuning in and following. But right now, we got to get to day one of Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Oh, before I do that, before we get into the Fitzsimmons of the Kelsey, did y'all see about Joseph Duggar? Tell me if you saw what happened with another Duggar. Maybe that's what I just need to call it, another Duggar. By the way, it's possible, we'll have to see how things play out, but it's possible if Joseph Duggar's charges from the Panama City Beach issue actually go to trial, I could be within travel distance of that. So, something we're going to have to look into here, since it's possibility for me to be sitting my tail in the courtroom for it. We may have to follow that one. So I might be doing a rundown depending on what happens with Kelsey this week. I may be doing a rundown on the Duggar case on Wednesday evening. We'll see how things pan out. Yes. There's not a ton of information out about it yet. I'm going to see if I can find more. And yes, Coffee Nut, the whole family is wackadoo. That's part of why I want to kind of look into it, because it's in that cultish category. Y'all know I love my cults. You know I love to pay attention to cults. So, and again, being within driving distance for me, if it goes to trial, we're going to do it, y'all. We're going to do it. So, now I think I'm ready to get into all of Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Before I start this completely, I will tell you, I know there were some wranglings before opening statements began. Some of those wranglings were in reference to some of the investigative material that was done by a company or an independent party called CIC. And there really isn't any discovery for Mr. Bradle and Kelsey Fitzsimmons' defense team. And so that's what one of the arguments was. The other thing that happened, they tried to have witnesses from the Commonwealth sitting in the courtroom. And so that was a problem. And so that was addressed before court began as well. So that's kind of the stage that I'm setting for you right now. Both of those things have taken place. And now we are officially going to start the trial with opening statements by the Commonwealth. I'm not going to give you all a summary of this case. I feel like everybody knows what this case is about. And so we're going to get into it now since we've got about 4 hours of testimony. So we got a lot to get to. So here we go. Oh, and I'm doing this from Law and Crime. I tried to do NBC Boston 10, and the stream is difficult for me to maneuver, and it's hard to boost the volume on that one. And I'm going to warn you all, the volume when the Commonwealth speaks is very difficult to hear. But I've boosted as much as I can.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that part. Yes,
okay.
of course.
Calling the criminal matter of Commonwealth versus Kelsey Fitzsimmons, docket 2025, 77 CR 311. ADA Gubitosi on behalf of the Commonwealth. Does the Commonwealth move for trial?
The Commonwealth move for trial.
Attorney Bradle on behalf of the defendant. Does the defendant answer ready for trial?
Ready for trial, Mr. Clerk.
Ms. Fitzsimmons, could you please stand? You are now set to the bar to be tried before the Honorable Justice Jeff Karp, Justice of the Lawrence Superior Court. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, we will now proceed with opening statements. The Commonwealth will go first because they have the burden. Thank you.
Your Honor, may the witnesses be ordered to exit the room for the opening statements, please.
Okay.
What?
Yes, I thought that the sequestration order was that part of the sequestration order was that witnesses wouldn't be in the present during courtroom proceedings.
That's what sequestration is,
Is that
Your
not
Honor.
what I ordered?
That's what I asked for, and that's what you ordered, and that's what I expect. I don't know why these people are sitting here.
Okay, so
Oh.
any objection?
Ooh.
Okay, so members of the audience, if you are
What?
on the witness list, if you have been told that you've been identified as a possible witness at this trial, you must leave the courtroom. And remember,
What in the wide
my
world
order
of
about
sports
what
is
I
already
call the
happening?
Sequestration order. Thank you very much.
What?
There may come a time where I need to make exceptions to that rule, counsel, and you'll let me know when those exceptions are needed.
Thank you.
We'll just give everyone a moment to filter in and out.
I'm going to zippity-doo-dah here for these jerkwads.
Yes, no, I know those folks. That's no problem.
So I'll just say it again, folks that just came into the courtroom. If you've been told that you were on the witness list, you should not be in the courtroom during these proceedings. All right, unless you're told otherwise. All right, thank you. With that, Commonwealth, I'll hear from you.
The defendant raised her gun, leveled it at Pat Noonan's face, and pulled the trigger. There are two reasons that Pat Noonan is alive today. The first being that Ms. Fitzsimmons' gun, while it had a full magazine, it did not have a round in the chamber. The second reason is that Pat Noonan, based on his years and decades of training and experience, reacted in a calm, professional way when he protected both himself and everyone else in that house. Pat Noonan is 50 years old. He is married to his wife Angie for 25 years. He has a son, Jonathan, who goes to school locally, college. He grew up in New York State at first and moved to Massachusetts to North Andover when he was 4 years old. He moved here with his father, his mother, his older sister. He went through the North Andover public school systems and eventually went to St. John's Prep, where he graduated from. He eventually spent a bit of time in college, but his real goal was to join the military, which he did. He joined the Air Force and went to boot camp out west. He eventually joined the security forces of the Air Force, where he was trained to secure nuclear weapons. He did that pretty much his whole time while he was in the Air Force. It was specialized training, weapons training, stress shooting training, defensive tactics training. His first assignment was on the ground in a Humvee. Later on, he joined another squadron and patrolled in a helicopter. He was honorably discharged from the Air Force, and he came back to North Andover. There, he worked security, armed security, at the Seabrook nuclear power plant. All the while, his goal being become a police officer, which he eventually did in North Andover. He worked in the North Andover police for years. It was his hometown police force. He joined the SWAT team, which is a specialized unit that deals with emergent violent situations, barricaded people, hostage situations, serving armed warrants and the like. It was during that time that they trained twice a month and 40 hours in a separate block a year. He did that for years at North Andover. He eventually transferred to the Lawrence Police Department. And he did that because he wanted to have a busier atmosphere. Lawrence is a lot busier than North Andover. He worked there for a number of years. Again, the SWAT team, he was a detective, had a specialized training. And back in 2024, he decided to make a switch and come full circle. He moved back to North Andover PD, both because he wanted to end his career there where he started, but he also wanted to bring his training and experience to his hometown police force. That was one of the reasons that Lieutenant Daley, on June 30th, 2025, asked Pat Noonan to accompany him and Timothy Houston, another officer who was a military vet, to serve a restraining order on Kelsey Fitzsimmons. He knew Pat had the experience, the temperament, and was cool, calm, and collected, no matter what happened.
He shot her.
Kelsey Fitzsimmons was a police officer.
How is that cool, calm, and
She was not
collected?
But she was a police officer on June 30th of 2025. Also on that day, her partner, her boyfriend, her fiance, Justin Elaine, was concerned for his safety, for his 4-month-old child's safety that he shared with the defendant. and for
Sir,
his
you had it right the
security,
first time, alien.
specifically after events happened that weekend.
Beautiful jacket.
So we went to court and he applied for and was granted a restraining order. The restraining order granted him custody of his 4-month-old son, ordered the defendant not to have any contact and to stay away from him, and also that she would be relieved of her weapons. She was a police officer and she had a service weapon and 2 other guns that she had legally. Lieutenant Daley was at the PD when Mr. Elaine came in. The restraining order was faxed in the court. Lieutenant Daley called Officer Houston, and they got in touch with Officer Newman to serve that restraining order. They had gone by the defendant's home, Officer Houston did, to see if she was there. Unusually, her car was not in her parking space. It was at her home. Officer Houston, who had seen it there thousands of times as he had driven by, noticed that it was parked down the street at a school about 100 yards away or so. So they knew she was in the area. The 3 met at the school, decided on a plan, and went to the defendant's home. They met her at the door, and you'll see surveillance video from the home of that encounter as they come to the door. Ms. Fitzsimmons
really?
comes to the door holding her 4-month-old child.
Oh, I'm
They're going
excited.
There's no surveillance system in the house other than in the basement. They explained to her what was happening, that there was a restraining order, that there's going to be a hearing on July 14th where she'd be able to tell her side of the story. And she tells the officer, I know how this all works. They ask her where her firearms are, and she lies to them and She tells them they're in the basement. She's sitting down on a couch, the baby is next to her. She calls her mother, who will soon come over, and they tell her that Justin's coming also, because he's going to get custody of the baby. Officer Houston, who is also in the living room, sees a gun case on the sofa, and he opens it. Ms. Fitzsimmons lies to him again. I told you the guns are in the basement. The defendant's mother comes, takes custody of the child while they're waiting for Justin. The police have called Mr. Alayan at the PD, so he's coming over with his sister, Courtney. The officers allow the defendant to walk around the house gathering baby stuff, equipment, clothing, and things like that. So the child will have what it needs when it's taken by Mr. Alayan. They follow her around to make sure that she is safe, that they are safe, that everybody in the house is safe. They go upstairs, they come downstairs. They go upstairs again, and you'll see photos of this, Your Honor. It's a staircase. At the top of the staircase is a landing where there's shelving and some of her police gear. If you look to the left, there's the baby room. If you look to the right, it's the bedroom. There's no door on the bedroom. So she goes in the baby's room and she's gathering things, and she's handing it to the officers who aren't going to take possession of it. They put it down. They're following the protocol. They're trying to keep everyone safe. At some point, she's in the bedroom, and Mr. Alayan comes in the house, and she hears him. Now it's Officer Noonan and Officer Houston in the bedroom with the defendant. She tells Officer Houston, I don't want him here. I don't want to see him. Don't let him near me. Because she's upset with Mr. Alayan. Officer Houston goes downstairs to make sure that doesn't happen. Mr. Alayan, who had left the house with some baby stuff, came back and asked the officers for permission just to go down to the basement. Because he wanted a suitcase and he wanted some of the other baby stuff because he was taking the baby home. He was in Stowe, Massachusetts. So he did this. He was down in the basement. Lieutenant Daly is down on the first floor. Officer Houston is at the top of the stairs in the basement. And the defendant's mother is downstairs also. The baby is already gone because Courtney, Mr. Alayan's sister, had come with them, taken the baby, and left the house.
What? What?
Officer Noonan is standing on the landing, watching the defendant in the bedroom. She's on her knees. She's gathering things. He notices at some point that her demeanor changes. She gets upset. At that point, she lunges to her right, forward and to her right. And he can't see what she grabs, but she grabs a firearm. Turns out to be her service weapon. She comes back. She raises it. Before Officer Noonan can do anything, she pulls the trigger as it's leveled at his face, and it goes click. It goes click, excuse me. It does not fire. Officer Noonan takes out his gun, is yelling at her at this point. Kelsey, don't do it. Drop it. Kelsey, don't do it. She is stepping backwards now. The gun hadn't fired, and so she was doing what the officers will describe to you as a tap rack. She has the gun in her hand. She bangs the magazine and attempts to rack it. She's unsuccessful the first time. Officer Noonan is still telling her, pleading with her, trying to de-escalate it. Kelsey, don't do it.
I'm super excited for that,
She does
Melissa,
it again,
because we haven't
rack
seen
her.
much of
As
anything.
she's picking up the gun, raising the gun, Officer Noonan fires. He fires twice. She is now moving. He misses and then strikes her. She immediately goes down. Lieutenant Daly runs up. Officer Houston runs up. And they treat her.
Poor Bradle, he's
All
like,
right,
oh,
and
for
then
the
goes to the
love
fire
of
department.
Mike.
And she's eventually taken to the hospital. The gun that she used on Officer Noonan was underneath her. Lieutenant Daly grabs it, puts it on the bed. Officer Noonan, still focused on procedure and what to do, picks it up and moves it farther away from her so it's not a threat. That is eventually collected by Officer Core, who shows up later. The credible evidence in this case The only credible evidence in this case, I suggest to you, Your Honor, will be that Kelsey Fitzsimmons raised the gun and pointed it at Officer Newman. She pulled the trigger when she did this. The
Does
credible
this make
evidence in
sense
this
to
case,
you
Your Honor,
guys?
will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant is guilty.
What would be the benefit of
Mr. Mayor, would
shooting
you like to make an opening statement at this time?
Officer
Would,
Noonan?
Your Honor, thank you.
And feel free to stay there, or you can go to the podium, whatever you're more.
I do like this judge. He seems like he doesn't belong in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I'll say that. But so far, the story that has been told doesn't make any blessed sense. Why
May it
would
please
she
the court.
shoot him? Her
Counsel,
child's gone
ladies and
already.
gentlemen. Kelsey, no. Kelsey, no. You don't say that when you're staring at the muzzle of a gun pointed at you.
Exactly.
You say that to a person who has a gun to their head. And you
Exactly,
don't shoot
Mr.
someone in
Bradle.
the chest when they are seeking clearly to only harm themselves. And when you do that, you quickly realize, Your Honor, that you need to adjust the narrative to save yourself. That's what this case is about, Your Honor. On June 30th, 2025, Ms. Fitzsimmons' entire world imploded, was destroyed when her fiance, Justin Elaine, obtained a restraining order behind her back with unchallenged, untested allegations at the Essex Probate Court. And he took away, at 4:30 in the afternoon, took away custody of her 4-month-old Caden in an ex parte fashion. The
Yes.
North Andover police had to serve that order. And in the late afternoon of the 30th, three male officers, Lieutenant Daly, Officers Noonan and Houston, they went to go serve the order. Their job was to take away the baby from Kelsey, a new mother with a 4-month-old named Caden, take her firearms, and give the baby to Mr. Elaine. And that day, Your Honor, Kelsey stood in her house in humiliation in front of her police colleagues and friends. And she immediately processed all of the implications of this order, Your Honor. Everything that this fiance had accomplished for himself without any chance for Kelsey to defend herself. He took away her baby. He likely cost her her career. He publicly betrayed her as her fiance. He walked away from their impending marriage. She realized she couldn't any longer afford her house alone. So that was going as well. Her gun rights are stripped. And again, the humiliation that she's being served by people who she is friends and colleagues with from the North Andover Police Department. At that point, Your Honor, as she had this evolving set of revelations about how her life was in complete destruction, she made a decision for herself. And it's a decision that takes your breath away. It's a young mother who just minutes before they got there thought she had everything going for her, going back to work. She's on the schedule for July 3rd to go back to work. She decides to end her life with her firearm in her bedroom. She knows her firearm is in her bedroom.
Good to
And
see
she
you too,
tells the
Trusty
police
Love.
something else. She tells them the guns are in the basement because she doesn't want to involve them. The idea of harming them, the evidence will show, is ludicrous. The evidence will show that she's trying to get them away from her, Your Honor. She tells them the guns are completely in another location in the home. She's told that she needs to pack a bag for the person that's taking her baby away. So she has to walk around the house, pack a bag for Caden. She has it in her mind, the evidence will show, that she doesn't want them around for this event, this horrible thing she's going to do. She goes upstairs to pack the bag, Your Honor. Officers Houston and Noonan accompany her upstairs. She keeps several times to have them go back downstairs with. She hands them baby seats and clothes and books and thereabouts and says, take these downstairs, please. You'll see that evidence, and as a fact finder, you will see that that's evidence of her state of mind, that she has no desire to harm any of her colleagues and friends. She's got no motive, she's got no reason to, and her actions are completely inconsistent with that. She's trying to get rid of them so she can have a minute in her room, not to do things that every young mother might want to do, but to get her gun and kill herself because her life's over in her mind. So at that point, Your Honor, her apparently what was later learned to be her mom comes in the house, and she's understandably upset. She's saying, how can you take away a baby from their mother? That's when Houston goes downstairs. So part one is accomplished, that Houston is downstairs. Houston's a friend. Houston was invited to her wedding. He goes downstairs. Noonan is still upstairs on the landing. You'll see from all the visual evidence, Judge, it's a stairway that goes up the small landing. Kelsey's bedroom's on the right, the baby's room's on the left. It's a pretty simple layout. Noonan stays up there. At this point, Kelsey makes it from the baby's room where she got some stuff across the landing to her bedroom, and she's in her bedroom when I don't say disturbance, but when Mrs. Page, her mom, gets here. What we later learn is that she gets here, and Houston goes downstairs. Noonan, in a moment after Houston went downstairs, Noonan starts to go downstairs, and that was Kelsey's moment. Why? Because she wanted to do this herself, and she didn't want to involve Noonan. I told you about Houston. Noonan, she had been on extremely difficult calls with. She considered him a friend. She knew he had a wife and a child. Zero motive, the evidence will show, for her to ever want to harm this gentleman. She's alone in the room. Noonan's down the stairs. She reaches into the corner and picks up one of her handguns. She'll tell you that she is acutely aware as a police officer that she doesn't want them involved. She doesn't want them to be a part of this in any way. She keeps the gun close to her stomach area and walks over to an open spot in the room. She raises the gun to her head. Noonan is not even back in the room yet, Your Honor. So I don't want you as the fact finder to be looking for evidence that, well, maybe she swung it in his direction when he was coming in. Maybe she was pointing it at him at some quick transient time. That's not the case at all, Your Honor. That will not be the evidence. The evidence will be that Ms. Fitzsimmons had the gun to her temple, and then Noonan walks in, and he sees someone who is exhibiting only harm to herself and to no other. And we've discussed this pre-trial, and there'll be some evidence and discussion and cross-examination, Your Honor, about the Code of Mass Regulations that we discussed as it relates to, or doesn't relate to, Noonan's state of mind, Your Honor, that he's, as a firearms instructor and a SWAT team member and a former Lawrence police officer, as well as North Andover, he knew or should have known that he was in trouble, that he was in violation of that CMR, the Code of Mass Regulation. That I just mentioned.
Tell me more.
And he knows he has to adjust the narrative, Your Honor.
No spoilers in the chat, guys. Some of us have not seen
Getting
this
back
at
to the
all,
incident,
myself
Your Honor.
included.
Kelsey has the gun to her head. She's trying to steel herself. Noonan comes around the corner and sees it, and the evidence will show that he is not some super cool James Bond type law enforcement officer, that he has a look of panic on his face, and that he's flustered. And certainly no one's faulting him for that. But that's what he looked like, and that's what the evidence will show. And that's when the words, Kelsey, no, are uttered. No law enforcement officer, Judge, the evidence will show, in his right mind would bargain with someone who has their hand on the trigger and the muzzle in your face. The evidence here, Judge, will show that he was trying to tell her not to kill herself. The evidence will show that Kelsey never pointed a gun at him and that this was a mistake. It was a brain freeze. It was a mechanical thing. It was someone seeing a gun and shooting. How do we know this even more so? Besides the lack of motive and the utterances that he made. We know because of the location of the firearm, Your Honor. The firearm, when Kelsey was shot in the chest and went flying backwards and landed on her back, and Daly will tell you that she's on her back. The gun was under her leg. If Ms. Fitzsimmons is pointing the gun
Towards someone else.
at Noonan, and falls backwards, how does that gun swing around and get under her leg if she's pointing it the way Noonan says? The evidence will show that's not consistent with the laws of physics. It is, however, consistent with somebody holding the gun to their temple, so it's
Close to
already
them, yes.
to the side of your body, if not behind you when you go flying.
You go,
So-
Mr. Bradle.
The location of the firearm, the evidence will show, is also consistent with what Kelsey says happened. Finally, in terms of the panic, the flustered look on his face, Ms. Fitzsimmons was only anywhere from 3 feet to then maybe 7 feet away from him in this entire incident. And that might be where the view comes in, Your Honor, the room. And he missed her in the first shot. He's a firearms instructor.
There
He's a
were
SWAT guy.
2 shots
25
then.
years, he misses someone from 3 to 7 feet away. It's the air conditioner. That's panic, Your Honor. That's not cool, calculated action. That's panic. So Daly comes in. He goes over to Kelsey. He administers first aid. He rolls her to her side, sees the gun under her leg, behind her and under her. Your Honor is going to be the fact finder. You're going to consider all these things, the physical location of everything, the way things unfolded, the lack of a motive, what makes sense, what doesn't, what's doubtful. Anything that's doubtful is obviously not consistent with what the Commonwealth wants to have happen here. It's consistent with maintaining her presumption of innocence. Only 2 people were in that room. There were no body cameras. The police never interviewed Kelsey
Baffling.
Fitzsimmons. They circled the wagons immediately, right at the scene. You'll see everybody treating Noonan like he's the victim. They circled the wagons immediately around Noonan. And everybody wants to defend Noonan in this situation. And no one even took a minute to think about whether Kelsey may have a different take on things, may have something different to say. Why? Why did they ignore Kelsey and circle around Noonan? Probably millions of reasons for the town.
Sorry.
Millions of reasons. Ms. Fitzsimmons will tell you, Judge, she served orders herself. She served restraining orders. She's a delivery person. No one's going to be going after a police officer, no less someone that she knows, cares for, and has made repeated actions to get them out of the room. She will tell you with some indignation, I suspect, that she would never point a firearm at a fellow law enforcement officer. So for all these reasons, Judge, as the fact finder, I request, I ask you, and I trust you to well and truly try the case. And I am confident that after the evidence is in, Your Honor will find Ms. Fitzsimmons not guilty. Thank you.
All right, Commonwealth, you ready to proceed?
Sean Daly, please.
Sean Daly. Sean Daly.
Okay. I gave us a little goal there too. I'll let you all know if we get 10 super chats,
Could you raise
Then-
your right hand, do solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give is
that man, he can speak it out, can he? Anyway, if we get 10 super chats, then I will host or I'll do a deep dive into a missing person case that is near and dear to me. So sorry, I got distracted. So that's what the goal is. And we'll head on down the road. Good opening. I would be concerned if I were the Commonwealth.
this dog's now hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. How are you this morning? Excellent. Good. Folks, can you?
Exactly.
I just need to speak with our assistant chief for a moment.
Okay. Well, we're already going to have to zippity doo dah past all of this craziness. I know his arm was way up there, isn't it? Hang on. I'm trying to get us there. This is so frustrating.
listen or watch any rebroadcast.
All
Until that also lists that there so listen.
He's got more to say.
All right, folks in our audience, folks that are listening on our live feed, it's come to my attention, and I'm not accusing anyone of anything because we're all making our way through this trial, trying to figure out the rules of the trial. My understanding is that these proceedings are being so-called live streamed, and obviously, or maybe not obvious, we also have a public phone line open that's court sanctioned that is broadcasting the audio of the trial. I want folks to know that those folks that are on the witness list may not watch the live stream, listen to the live stream, or listen to our court sanctioned open telephone line of any of the court proceedings. The whole point of removing those folks from the courtroom is so that their testimony will be their own testimony, their own memory, and not that of other witnesses. All right, so I've instructed
Unbelievable.
both sides to tell the folks that are here on their side of the witness list that they are not to watch the live stream, listen to the live stream while it is going on, listen to our open phone line. That also means that at the end of the day today, they're also, until they testify, they're also not to listen or watch any rebroadcast of those things. Again, we want
No witnesses watching Ms. D tonight.
Impartial, open trial that where folks are testifying based on their own memories. Okay, thank you. And Commonwealth, you may proceed.
Thank you, KS Granny. She's got her first super chat
In a loud,
for
clear
us.
voice, can you
Thank
please introduce
you.
yourself? So your first name and your last name.
My name's Sean Daly, Seandaley.
And sir, what do you do for a living?
I'm a lieutenant with the North Andover Police Department.
How long have you been on North Andover Police Department?
20 years.
Officer? 20 years? Can you tell us, bring us from the beginning of your career to present day? And you started as
Yeah,
a
we're
patrolman?
not doing all that.
Worked there. jobs at that.
He's worked at the,
I filled in as the SRO at the school, 7.5 or so, which was, I was assigned to drug task force with the lieutenant to 12 shift.
4 to 12 shift, okay. Now I'm going to turn your attention to June 30th of last year.
here we go.
Were you working on that day?
I was.
And at some point after the shift started, did you find yourself in the lobby?
Yes.
Okay. And did you meet anybody there?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us about that?
Justin, a alien, and his sister came into the station into the lobby. He had a copy of his restraining order.
Okay. And did you know who he was in connection to the North Andover Police Department?
Yes.
Who was that?
He's a firefighter in town. He was also Kelsey Fitzsimmons' fiance at the time.
Okay. Kelsey Fitzsimmons, do you see her in the courtroom today?
I do.
He
Can you
called
just
her
point
the
to her and
alien
describe
too.
something
Her
she's
co-
wearing, please?
He
She's
called
wearing a pink
him
jacket.
the
Does the record
alien.
reflect he has identified the defendant? And so what was her role as as far as the town goes?
She was a police officer with North Andover.
Do you know when she started?
In 2024, I'm not exactly sure when, but yes.
And what was her role when she started in the police department?
She was a patrol officer.
Was she a patrol officer back in June of 2025?
Yes.
Now, do you know if on June 30th of 2025, she was issued a service weapon?
On June 30th?
Yeah, did she have one?
She did.
Okay. Do you know if she had any other firearms that were registered to her?
Yeah, I believe so, yes. According to the CJIS printout when we ran her prior to going over to serving it, I believe there were 2 other firearms that showed up.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about the basic procedure of what a restraining order is and what you do as a police officer when you get a copy to serve?
A 219A order is it's a court order issued by a judge. If somebody's, in imminent fear of harm, their safety, or there's been a pattern of abuse or whatever, they would go in front of a judge. They write out an affidavit describing what has taken place, where they would potentially be granted an order, and they go in front of a judge, and I believe there's questions asked. I've never actually been in the courtroom when they go to get it, but that's my belief. And a judge either grants it or denies it.
So on June 30th of 2025, a judge ordered a restraining order to be served on Ms. Fitzsimmons, correct?
Yes.
Did you know, how did you guys get it? How did the PD get it? Do you remember?
It comes through our email to the oic@napd.us.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Comes through.
Our email system, through the court. The court sends it to, I believe every police department's like that now.
Okay.
You use some letters to do that.
OIC@napd.us. Short for officer in charge.
Officer in charge?
Yeah.
Okay.
And all the supervisors get it.
So you got it?
Yes.
Did you know that Ms. Fitzsimmons had a small child?
Yes.
Were you able to review the contents of the restraining order itself? Not the affidavit, but what the court ordered?
Yes.
Okay, so what was the court ordering?
She was to have no contact with Justin, the alien, or the child. She couldn't go within 100 yards of the residence in another town, I believe where his parents live. She had to surrender a firearms license to carry. Could have no contact with him.
As a result of getting that order, were you yourself going to serve it?
Yes.
Were you going to bring anybody else?
Yes.
Okay, did you make a decision as to who to bring?
Yes.
Why?
Based on their experiences, the way they've performed in the past, they're both calm, cool, and collected. And it demonstrated that throughout their careers.
Okay, and who are we talking about?
Patrick Noonan and Timothy Houston.
So
Calm, cool, and
what did you do to
collected.
get in contact with that?
I called
Sure.
Tim Houston on the phone. I asked him to drive by Kelsey Fitzsimmons' residence to see if the vehicle was there. He drove by. The vehicle was parked away from the house by the Atkinson School over in the corner of the parking lot. He saw the car, and I asked him to call Pat or get in touch with Pat Noonan, and I would meet them over at the Early Childhood Center. From that point, you could still, yes.
Did you make your way over to the meet up spot?
I did.
And who was there when you got there?
Patrick Noonan and Timothy Houston.
Did you formulate a plan as to how you were going to serve the order? And Elaine concerning the child.
Yes.
What was that?
I took his phone number before I left. I told him to stay in the lobby of the police department until I called him. When I called him, he'd come over to pick up the child.
Did you make your way over to the residence?
Yes.
And what was that address? Do you remember?
No,
No problem. How did you get there?
it's Phillips Brooks Road. I'm not sure of the number.
Was it 125 maybe?
That sounds familiar. Yes.
I'm sorry, what road?
Phillips Brooks.
Is that 2 words?
Yes.
Thank you.
I changed the logo
How
in
did
the
you get there
corner.
from
We are
where
now in
you,
Area
originally
51.
Met up with Noonan and Houston.
We drove.
Where'd you park?
We parked in the school parking lot, which if you were looking at her house, it would be over on like the right side of the house. There's some trees and fencing there. We parked right over there.
And did you walk over?
We did.
All three of you?
Yes.
Tell us what happened when you got to the house.
We walked up to the house. I believe I rang the bell and I knocked on the door, and she came out holding the baby.
And when you say she,
Kelsey Fitzsimmons came out holding the baby.
and so can you tell us about your initial interaction with her?
Kelsey opened the door. I told her that we had picked like documentation for her, and if we could come in, and she let us come in.
Did you tell her what the documentation was originally?
At the door? No.
Yes. So where did you go in the house?
So when you walk in that door, it's like an enclosed front porch area. We walked into there, then the front door, the main part of the house is there. We entered that, like if you go to the left there, it's like a living room. We went into that room.
Did you direct her to go anywhere when you got into that room?
Yes, so I asked her to put the baby in, there was like a little bouncy rocker next to the couch, and I asked her to have a seat on the couch.
Why did you ask her to put the child down?
Justin had told us that he had concerns, Justin the alien told us that he had concerns that she was
Yes,
potentially harm the baby,
alien!
us, or anyone else. I didn't want her to do anything or be able to do anything with the child.
Did she sit down?
She did.
Did you then have a conversation with her about why you were there?
Yes.
Can you tell us what you said and what she said?
I handed her the restraining order and explained it to her, that Justin had gotten a 298 order against her.
Okay, and did you explain the orders that were contained in the restraining order itself?
Yes.
What did you say?
Well, I told her she wasn't allowed to have contact with him, couldn't go near the residence. She was gonna have to turn her firearms over, and Justin had custody of the baby until the hearing.
When you say the residence, it wasn't the residence where she was living, it was in.
Yeah, whatever, Justin the alien listed an address. I believe,
Alien.
on the document.
Okay.
This is why we're in
When
Area
you
51.
mentioned that you were going to need to seize her guns, did she respond to that at all?
When I said we were taking her guns?
Yep.
No, I then asked her, where are your guns?
And what did she say?
She said they were in the basement in the safe.
In a safe in the basement?
Yes.
Did you say anything about a return court date that she would be able to attend.
Yeah, the hearing?
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you say?
Whatever the date was it was, I believe it was like 12 or so days later.
Okay. Did she respond to that at all when you said that?
No.
Do you know, as part of being a lieutenant at the North Andover Police Department and being a superior officer to Ms. Fitzsimmons, has she had occasion, if you know, to serve restraining orders herself in the past?
Yes,
She has.
yes.
Well, what happened after you explained it to her and she told you her guns were in the basement?
Well, then I explained that I was going to contact Justin to come over and pick up the baby.
Okay. Did she say anything, if you remember, in response to that?
To what? I'm sorry, repeat it?
Sure. You had told her that Justin was coming to the house to get the baby, correct?
Yes.
Did she say anything in response to that?
No, she didn't have any, she said like she was agreeable to it.
Okay. Did she use her phone at all?
She called her mother on her cell phone.
What happened next?
Sorry to interrupt, Norm, excuse me, just, Ms. Fitzsimmons is the defendant here, and she cannot see the witness. Can she kind of move over here, Judge?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I want her to be able to see.
Yeah, of course, no, absolutely. We can move, maybe you folks slide down a little bit. Is it because of the angle or
It's
is
the
it because of the
computers.
screen?
The computers.
Oh, the computers, okay.
I think we are also in the bizarro world. We're in Area 51 of the bizarro
Thank you.
world.
It's important that you and all council are able to see everything, okay? Thank you. Can you see? Can't see, yeah.
Oh, sweet niblets.
You may have to sit 2 rows back there. I don't think that there's much that we. Maybe you can move the table up or something.
Musical chairs. I would too. I'd want to stare his slimy butt down. Shoot. Well,
Ms. Moriarty, can you see?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Kelly, I completely
So
agree,
what happened next?
but here we are.
She called her mother.
She called her mother.
Okay.
Yep.
Did she ask if she could gather anything for the baby?
Yes.
Okay. And so tell us about that.
She asked if she could get some items to the baby. So the baby started getting fussy in like the bouncy chair. Officer Noonan ended up holding the baby for a little bit. And Tim
Because he
Houston and I
wanted
went
his
around
mama.
with Ms. Fitzsimmons into the kitchen first. She opened some drawers. There were some like jars and formula bottles, whatnot, that she was grabbing and putting in a bag. And then we came around. She went upstairs to the bedroom where the shooting occurred. I was with her. She walked in, looked around. We walked back out, went back down the stairs, and then she went into the room. If you're looking at the house, it'd be the room on the right. It had like storage shelves along the wall. There were some diapers and other things like that she grabbed.
Okay. Why did you escort her around?
Because it's serving an order like that, you don't let anyone. I mean, we control the house. We control movements.
Okay. So you wouldn't let her be in a room by herself?
No.
Or out of your sight?
Correct.
Okay. What were you looking for as she was walking around the house?
Any potential weapons.
So now she's back downstairs in the room to the right if you come in the door, correct?
Yep.
She's gathering belongings. What happens after that?
She started getting a little bit emotional for a second, saying she was going to lose her job, etc. And I told her, you just relax, take a deep breath. You got to let the process play out. Maybe cooler heads prevail. And she actually kind of settled down a little bit.
So what happened after you had that conversation?
I called Justin to come to the house. And
Why?
Her mother showed up right around that point.
Who had the baby when her mother
Why?
showed up? Do you remember?
Officer Houston had the baby when her mother showed up.
Was there a handoff at that point?
When her mother showed up?
Yep.
Yeah, the mother took the baby from Officer Houston.
So what happened next?
Her and her mother were in the family room. She showed her mother the 219A order. And the statement was made again that we were taking her baby. And I told her, we're not taking your baby, Justin is. And
Well, that
she ended
clears
up
things
going
up.
back upstairs with Officer Noonan and Officer Houston.
Okay, and you stayed downstairs?
I did.
Okay. At some point, did Mr. Elaine arrive?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us about that?
So Mr. Elaine arrived with his sister. They came in the house, and Kelsey was upstairs in the bedroom with Officer Noonan and Officer Houston. I had the sister take the baby out to the vehicle, and Justin grabbed some things and went out. He came back into like the porch area, the enclosed porch area.
The
asked
part
if he could
where
go
he
grab a
broke
suitcase
in?
and some items, and there was also, he had asked also, because she had his wallet and some other items from the weekend. He had asked if he could get those too, and Kelsey had agreed to give those back to him, or give them to him.
So he had left the house excuse me. Do you know her name to be Courtney Alien?
Yes,
Elaine, excuse me. And she took the baby outside.
yes.
Justin went out initially, but then came back and asked permission to come back in the house.
He went out carrying some items, and then he came back up and asked if he could retrieve some things, including a suitcase in the basement.
Okay. And did he go down in the basement?
He did.
After he went down in the basement, who was upstairs?
Both Officer Houston, Officer Noonan, and Kelsey Fitzsimmons.
Okay. At some point, did Officer Houston come down?
He did.
And where did he go? Do you remember?
Officer Houston came down the stairs and told me that Ms. Fitzsimmons didn't want Justin in the house, so I told him to go
Yeah.
around to the basement to basically hold him there because we didn't want them interacting. So Officer Houston was going to hold Justin the alien at the door over there, which is around the backside off the kitchen. And
Okay. And Officer Noonan is still upstairs overseeing the defendant.
yes,
What happened next?
maybe a minute later, I'm down in the family room with Kelsey's mother and the child. They're over by the couch. She's holding the baby. I'm standing right basically on the wall of where if you pivot around the stairs would be to go upstairs, and the front door opens kind of funny. So I was just standing there waiting, and then I heard Officer Noonan.
Was the baby still in the house, or did the
I'm sorry, the baby was gone at that point.
The baby was
Yes.
gone at that point. Okay. So how close are you?
So Kelsey's mother is still downstairs in the living room or family room with me. She's over by the couch, and I was standing by the wall,
Holding
By
the
the
baby,
wall,
but the
closest
baby's
to the
gone.
staircase to go up the stairs.
Okay. Did you ever hear Officer Noonan or anybody else start to come down the stairs at all?
After Officer Houston came down,
Yes.
No.
What happened next?
what happened? I heard Officer Noonan call out in like a loud, authoritative voice, "Kelsey, don't do it, Kelsey."
Okay. And what happened after?
Hold on one second, catch up, please.
This is really confusing testimony.
Well said, thank you.
Did you hear anything after that?
Gunshots,
How many of you remember?
2.
Coming from upstairs?
Yes.
So where did you go after that when you heard that?
So when I heard Officer Noonan call out, "Kelsey, don't do it, Kelsey," I pivoted, looked up the stairs, and started running up the stairs.
When did you hear the gunshots?
While I was moving up the stairs,
Officer Noonan, was he at the top of the landing?
he was at the top of the landing in the frame of basically standing at the frame of the bedroom door.
Okay. What did you do when you got to the top of the stairs?
I looked in the room.
And what did you see?
Miss Fitzsimmons was laying down. She was on the floor. If you look at the room, she was from the doorway. She was on the opposite side of the room, head closest to the wall, feet closest to us.
And she appeared to be injured.
Yes.
So what did you do as a result of that?
I immediately went into the room, got up there. When I got up to her, I could see the gun was, she had a firearm down by her left leg. So I picked the gun up, put it on the bed, between her and the bed.
By
and
or
then we started
under?
dealing with it, like rendering it
Where was Officer Noonan at this point?
in the bedroom.
Did you have your gun out?
No.
Did he have his gun out?
Yes.
Do you know what happened to the gun on the bed?
The gun on the bed at some point when I was wrapping,
Gun on
trying
the
to wrap files
bed?
around her, Officer Noonan picked it up and I believe he handed it to Officer Core.
Sorry, Officer, who?
Noonan handed it to Officer Core, CORR.
Where did that
Did
guy
you,
come from?
Can you describe the injuries that you saw?
Yeah, so
What is happening?
she had a gunshot wound to her chest or between the abdomen and the chest, like right below like the breastplate. And when I rolled her over to her side, I could see in the back what appeared to be an exit wound.
Were the
Somebody else?
other first responders called?
Yes.
Who called them? Do you remember?
I got on the radio basically pretty fast saying that we had shots fired, female down, and we need medics or something to that effect. And I believe other people also were on the air.
Was the defendant saying anything when you got in the room?
When I got into the room originally, when she's on the ground,
Yes.
yeah, she kept saying, "I'm sorry and I want to die."
Granny Debbie, that's the question I have had for quite some time. I also have questions, by the way, side note. I also have questions about, I have completely lost my train of thought. I saw Melissa's comment here and then just poof. Oh, I know what it was. There's been talk about whether there was one in the chamber or not. I'm going to tell you straight up, Mr. Demeanor is former law enforcement. One of the things that, as I got my firearm and I was trained to carry concealed, one of the things that Mr. Demeanor told me over and over and over again, always have one in the chamber. You don't want to have to worry about racking it or cocking it or whatever you want to call it. You want to be able to shoot. You don't want to be fumbling and all of that. You want to have one in the chamber and shoot. It's hard for me to believe a police officer would not have a bullet in the chamber. Just saying. And yes, not officer down. That's what got me, but female down.
Fire personnel arrive?
Yes,
They take her away?
they did.
Okay. What did you do with the scene, if anything, at that point?
At that point, we were calling people to come to the scene.
Okay. Did you secure it?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened with the gun, if you know, what happened with the gun that Ms. Fitzsimmons had next to her when you walked into the room? Do you know where that ended up?
Yeah, so if you came up the stairs, at the top of the stairs, there was some shelving with some police equipment. There was a like a gun safe on the floor right there. An officer corps made the weapon safe, put it in the gun safe, and basically stood over it till he was relieved.
Judge, I just want to lodge an objection to whether or not that testimony is based on personal knowledge or not. I don't want the witnesses testifying to, things that they've learned in the investigation. There's been no preface for the question. Did he see that? How does he know that? So I just want to take the opportunity right here to object to anything that's just sort of global testimony versus something that's perceived.
All right, so,
We can rephrase it, I guess.
Mr. Bradle, the most efficient way for me to handle objections is, object, and I certainly understand what your reasoning is, but you have to object at the time, and I'll make a decision. Are you moving to strike
I
anything?
am moving to strike and ask for rephrase to whether or not the question is based on personal knowledge.
Okay, and not your fault, my fault, but what are you moving to strike?
The entire answer, and ask that the question be asked again, and the answer be, make it clear that whether the witness is testifying on his own personal perception, his own personal knowledge, or whether it's just globally testifying, which I would object to.
All right, so are you talking about the testimony related to the securing of the scene?
What Core did, yes, Your Honor.
What court?
What Officer Core did, correct.
Mr. Gubitosi?
Well, he can ask all the questions he wants on cross-examination. The testimony is what the testimony is.
Well, it shouldn't come in at first, Your Honor, at first instance, if it's not based on personal knowledge.
I'm going to overrule the objection, but I certainly understand your point, Mr. Braden, and I'll look out for it.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Now, Judge, I have a number of pictures that I'm going to be displaying, and you said earlier that you wanted to see them first.
So they've been pre-marked? Okay. Well, no, you're going to display them there? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just, but let's just make a record of what's been pre-marked, if you could, Mr. Ruane.
Yes, Your Honor. The parties agreed to pre-mark exhibits 1 through 72, which are all photographs, and then exhibit 73, which is a thumb drive.
Yeah. And counsel, I want to commend you folks for getting together and having those pre-marked. It definitely speeds things up.
Yeah.
Those are agreed to.
Okay. All right.
I like it.
No, that's fine. I know what I said, but you can ignore it for now. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm going to show you what's been pre-marked as exhibit number 1. Can you see that?
Yes,
What's that?
that's the residence.
That's the residence that Ms. Fitzsimmons was living in there at the time?
Yes.
Got it.
Show you what's been marked
Woo,
as exhibit
that was
number
quick.
2. Do you recognize, there's some glare, what that is?
So that would be if you're looking at the house, I think that's the school in the background there.
So is this the school over here that you were talking about?
Yeah, it's tough to see, but I believe that's the school.
Can you read it, do something about is that the way the photo is?
It's like that too. I'll pass it up to your honor.
That looks like the fencing that runs between the school and the
May I
house.
approach you?
It's the glare is the issue. What is going on?
So that's the, basically to the right of the house.
And that's the school that you were talking about?
Yes,
That's where her car was parked, back that way?
yes.
Was there anything in the driveway at the time that you got there that would have prevented someone from parking in the driveway of the house?
Not that I recall, no.
I'll show you what's been marked as exhibit number 4. Do you recognize that?
Yes, it's the residence.
Number 7.
That's the main, the door to come in the house.
Interesting. Looks like a
Number
cute little
8.
place. Gosh,
Same
these are
stairs going
awful.
up.
Yeah, it says on there.
I'm sorry, can I see exhibit 8? There was some glare and it's just,
It's awful. I agree, Your Honor. What is happening here? awful. Do they not have the ability
So
to
were
have these
photos taken
digitally
that night?
shown?
I guess I'll ask you, do you know, were these photos taken that night?
Yeah,
Not by me, but yes, I believe they were taken that night.
Okay.
exactly. A potato. I think the potato would be better.
9. Do you recognize?
That's
that?
when you walk in that first door, it's like a port, enclosed porch.
Exhibit number 10.
Oh,
To get the door to get into the main house.
So when you walk in, that from the porch, you see some stairs on the right side of the doorway.
Yes,
What stairs are those?
those are the stairs to get up to the second floor.
shut up. They're that close to the front door?
I'll show
Oh,
you, exhibit number 13.
boy.
Recognize what that is.
Yes, that's the living room.
So as you walk in the front
Beanie out of
door
the
that we
way,
were just
sir.
looking at, to the left,
Yes.
do you see where Ms. Fitzsimmons was sitting when you asked her to take a seat when you first got in there?
Yeah, so where that blanket, the red and black checkered blanket is on the couch, she was just to the left of it.
So right here?
Let me just excuse for one moment. Can you folks in the back row see the photos?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm okay with where it's at. If I could just inquire.
KS Granny. Of course I will oblige to do a house tour. We will see what we can find. Absolutely.
Sure.
And you're right, Kelly. We can't see squat.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as exhibit number 14. Do you recognize what that is?
Same room.
This is a different angle.
Yep.
I love Kelsey, but show me the stinking evidence.
Show you what's been marked as exhibit number 22. Do you recognize what that is? Is that if you walk into the living room and you take a right, there's another room there that then leads to the kitchen? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that room that we were just looking in?
Correct. Same.
I'm sorry, what number was that you
I'm
just?
sorry, that's 23.
Thank you.
Showing you what's been previously marked as exhibit number 25. Do you recognize what that is?
That is the kitchen.
Okay, so right now we've started going in the front door, gone to the left through 2 rooms. Now this is the kitchen.
Yes.
And is this where you said Ms. Fitzsimmons was gathering bottles and?
So just past the refrigerator, you can't see it in this photo, but there was some drawers, like a cabinet that she'd opened. There were some jars and things in there.
I will, Granny Debbie.
You recognize what that is?
Yes, that same room, that's the cabinet where she retrieved some jars and maybe
And
formed.
that's exhibit number 30.
These pictures
So that
are
when you say the same room, you
awful.
mean the
That's the kitchen. Yeah, part of the kitchen. Just different angle.
I'm going to display, maybe to clarify, number 29. That's as you walk into the kitchen and to the, in the photo, to the left of the photo is that the drawers that we were just talking about?
Next to the refrigerator, yes, yes.
Do you recognize what that is in exhibit number 31?
No,
Is that people that stairs down, going down to the basement?
potentially, yeah.
Okay. I'll get that in a second.
Sorry.
Phew.
And do you recognize this room? What
Digital.
room is that?
It's,
I'm sorry, what exhibit number are you displaying?
Oh my gosh.
it's off of the kitchen.
Can you imagine if
So
this
now
was a
we,
jury?
we all
Oy,
went around the
yoy.
house in a circle.
Yeah.
Now I'm showing you what's been marked as exhibit number 33. You recognize what that is?
Yes.
Okay, what is that?
That'd be a photo from the bottom of the staircase looking into the room where we were at first.
Okay, so the picture taker would have just walked through exhibit number 32, that last one.
Golly, that is
Ankle cover.
tight.
Yes.
Look at that. That's tight. Woo.
Show you
Oh.
what's marked as exhibit number 35.
Oh, good grief.
You recognize what that is?
Yes.
What is that?
It's the staircase to go to the second floor.
Steep and narrow. Holy cannoli.
You recognize what that is?
Same staircase.
Mr. Gubitosi, can I see that before you, because there's some,
Glare?
it's hard to see.
Yeah, we know, Your Honor. It is hard to see. I'm tired of this. If they would turn the lights down, you wouldn't get that glare and it would be okay. Dorks.
Exhibit 37, can you describe what we're seeing there?
That's if you were at the top of the stairs, looking straight on.
And Pierre said there's a room to the right. Which room would that be?
That's the bedroom where the shooting occurred.
Exhibit number 38.
That's a photo from the top of the stairs also.
Okay, that's you see a room on the left side of the photo. Is that what we call the baby's room?
Yes.
Mr. Gubitosi, may I see exhibits 37 and 38? I'm just getting some glare.
Yeah. Oh, for heaven's sake, show us the next picture.
Right, on exhibit 38, I had trouble picking up what that was.
Sure.
Could you just ask him again?
I'm going
Yeah.
to show you exhibit number 38. Can you describe what we're seeing here?
That's if you were at the top of the staircase. I guess you'd call it a hallway in between the two bedrooms.
Thank you.
Mr.
Exhibit
Gubitosi
number 40.
is like, what in the world?
That's the baby's room.
That's the baby's room. Okay. Oh, sweet
Exhibit number
niblets.
Same thing, the baby's room,
Different angle.
different angle.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was 42?
Oh, my word.
Thank you.
45. Can you describe what that is?
That's the baby's room also.
Exhibit number 46. You recognize what that is? Is that the baby's room looking out the door towards the landing?
Yes.
And exhibit number 49. Do you recognize what that is?
That's a picture from the hallway into the room where the shooting occurred.
Into the bedroom?
Correct.
Now, you see a chair there inside the room. Do you remember, was that chair placed in that position when you first started, or was that moved at all by fire personnel, if you remember?
I don't recall.
Silly question, but I'm having trouble seeing the glare. Is that police tape?
Yes.
And I'm just having trouble seeing it too, Keith. Maybe if we could just angle that this
Sure.
just a little bit. It's hard to see it.
Sure, no, you folks should see everything.
No, not very big size rooms at all, Felicia.
Can you still see?
Yes.
Okay.
Exhibit number 50.
It's a photo of
Oh,
the bedroom
great
from the,
idea,
doorway.
Mr. Bradle. Much better.
Exhibit number 51.
Same. It's a photo of the bedroom from a different angle.
So it shows from the left as you walk into the room.
Yes, it showed like the hard corner if you came in.
Exhibit number 52.
Same. It's the bedroom where the shooting occurred.
Exhibit number 53.
Same.
Okay, now in this photo, you can see an air conditioner. You can see the bed on the right, correct? The bassinet on the left.
Yes.
When you came into the room, where was Ms. Fitzsimmons?
So she was just past the bed, like her head had pretty much, her head was by the wall where the air conditioning unit was, and her feet were angled out just to the left of the bed,
Okay, so her head was
furthest from the door. So
over here.
probably a little to the left of that.
Okay, and her feet were facing this way.
Yes.
So can I ask, so when you say that they were angled, the feet were angled out to the left, that you mean our left as we're looking at the photograph or her left?
No, I'm sorry. Our left is we're looking at the photograph. So it would be her right if her head was towards the air conditioner.
May I ask the witness to get that down in the picture screen?
Yes.
Oh, sweet niblets. We know what you're talking about.
Yep, she's basically here. Like if
Yeah,
this- if
we
my
got
leg was
it.
the body, it was her left leg, she was laying on her back, it was somewhere right in here. But I couldn't see the gun until I got up to her.
And then you moved her, and then you saw the gun, or did you see it?
I saw when I got up on where she was.
Trust, I don't know where all the
Show
blood
you what's
is.
marked as exhibit number 55. Do you recognize what that is?
Yes. It's the bed, same bedroom, and that's the area she was laying in, right? It'd be like the bottom of the screen
Okay.
or the bottom of the photo.
That's the opposite side of the bed.
Yes.
Now, when went out there and you were attending to Ms. Fitzsimmons and after, did Officer Noonan say anything?
Well, she was still there? No.
Did he say anything?
Well, actually, yeah, I mean, we were both telling her, like, just breathe, calm down and breathe.
Okay. Did he say anything after she was taken away?
Yes.
What did he say?
When we were basically in the hallway towards the baby's room when they'd taken Kelsey down the stairs. And I heard him say that she had pointed a gun at him.
Objection, motion strike.
Sustained.
Exactly.
What was his demeanor at that point?
Why would you even
Officer
solicit
Nunes?
that
Yes.
testimony?
I think he was
Ask Noonan.
sort of in shock a bit, like everybody. I mean, I think we were all clearly taken by surprise by what happened.
And how long after you, after the shots were fired, did you have a conversation, without saying what it was, with Officer Noonan about what happened?
Maybe 5 minutes, just based on however long it took the medical staff to get her packaged up to get her to a hospital.
Your Honor, I would ask for a ruling on an excited utterance at this point.
An excited utterance from Officer Noonan?
Yes.
And Officer Noonan's going to testify?
Yes.
And counsel?
I would object.
All right. Well, I think I need more of a foundation, but if it qualifies, I'll.
Now, you stated it was about five minutes after you heard the gunshots, right? That you had a conversation with him and he said something, correct?
Yes,
In the meantime, you both had been tending to her wounds, true?
yes.
And you said he was, seemed to be in shock, which is different than he normally was when you talked to him at the station.
Yeah, definitely.
And how so?
I think, like everybody else, I think he was overwhelmed in a little bit, trying to process what just happened, or bewildered.
Sustained. As to what, like everyone else, I just need to know what the officer appeared to you. What his demeanor? What was his emotional state?
Sir,
So-
you're a police officer. You
I
should
wouldn't
know how
say
to
he
do
wasn't
this.
emotional. He appeared shaken a bit.
I'd redo my request, Your Honor.
Lack of foundation.
This was 5 minutes after what? After the shooting, 5 minutes after, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
this
these are
is-
horrible.
5 minutes after the shooting.
So how long did it take for the fire department to remove Miss Fitzsimmons?
I'm guessing around 5 minutes. It may have been quicker.
Yeah,
The fire
package
department was there that
up.
quickly?
The fire department was there very quickly. Yes.
All right. I'll tell you what, this sounds like seems like a good time to take a break, our morning break. So, and I will rule on the objection when we get back. All right, so we will stand recess safe for 15 minutes. Will that work for everyone? Okay. All right.
Not us, y'all, because we're going to zippity-doo-dah right past all this. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Let's try this. Exactly, Granny Debbie. He did. He screwed up. Oh, before I forget. Thank you, Trust is Love Always, for your super chat. And thank you again, KS Granny, for your super chat. I did not want to forget that. All right.
All right, so we left off, and the Commonwealth seeks to admit a statement made by Officer Noonan at the scene as a spontaneous utterance. The defense has objected. Does either side want to be heard more?
I would, Judge.
Please.
I would like to be heard. So the government wants to have it both ways here. You know, they want you to think that this guy is cool, calm, and collected, you know, and then they want to get some statements in a completely different aspect. So, you know, statements that are excited utterances are, you know, they can be made after there's been time for reflection, you know, and time for possible fabrication. And here it's 5 minutes.
Ah.
goes by. And, you know, this is not, you know, I know probably all of us attorneys in this room, and Your Honor certainly, are used to thinking about excited utterances maybe in a little more of a liberal fashion, like a domestic violence victim, someone who is completely upset and the upset continues. You know, they've gone on record saying how professional and cool and calculated this guy is. So that plus the 5 minutes, plus the time for fabrication here, plus the motive for fabrication, I think makes it fatal to the government's efforts. And I think you should deny it.
Anything in addition, Kamala?
Your Honor, the declarant himself need not be excited. It is the fact of the matter that the declarant is still under the stress of the exciting event. And the court to consider the factors such as whether it's made in the same location as the precipitating event, temporal proximity, age, spontaneity, and degree of excitement. Your Honor, the Commonwealth is not claiming that, Officer Newman was in shambles after the shooting. Certainly not, but he was still under the pressure of the event.
He sure didn't handle it as a calm, cool, and collected police officer.
Going to testify, available for cross-examination, no confrontation issues. So I would suggest that in the court's discretion, you allow the spontaneous utterance for whatever degree of value you see fit.
Okay.
The last thing, Judge, if I may respond, sorry, it's just that, this is the exact time you would fabricate when your colleagues are starting to form opinions about what happened. It's the
Like,
exact.
dude, what did you
it's the
do?
exact time to fabricate. Thank you.
Excited utterance is like when we're sitting here and I go, what? That's an excited utterance. But this was 5 minutes later. Y'all, that's a long time.
All right, I think Attorney Moriarty was referring to the factors in Commonwealth versus Baldwin. At least I think that's a more recent case that has them, which is at 476 Mass, 476 Mass 1041 at page 1042, a 2017 case. So I can say that a lot of the factors, you're right, do gravitate towards admission, them being admissible, but I am going to sustain the objection. This will be somewhat of a double negative, but I'm strike that. I am unable to find by a preponderance of the evidence that the statement was not the product of reflective thought. So the objection sustained. All right, you may continue, Mr. Gubitosi.
Thank you. Just one other question. You were on scene at the time of the shooting, correct?
Yes.
Was your gun checked after the shooting before you left the scene?
Yes.
At this time, Your Honor, I would be playing exhibit number 73.
Oh, playing something?
Okay,
Oh,
which is
what are we
what?
playing?
A video compilation of surveillance
Compilation.
Outside of the house?
Oh,
outside of the house, including the basement.
Okay. And this has been jointly admitted, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes.
is
you
this
may
the
play it.
alien breaking in?
Is there sound to, or is it?
I know it's not.
No.
No sound. Oh, there's the door that got broke down. Oh, I hate the buffering. Isn't that annoying?
Can you folks in the back row see all right?
Yes, thank you. Hope so. Just, you can see when it's on screen.
What are we doing? Trying to figure out how to operate things. Well, we're going to zippity doo-dah past all of this too. Buffer, buffer, buffer.
Well, Your Honor, in my questioning, I can play it after when we have.
Just in a couple minutes, or you're not sure?
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. All right. So, yeah, why don't we maybe try to fix it at the lunch break? Would that work? Would that work for the Commonwealth?
Sure.
All right. But if we're going to do that, Mr. Rowan, oh, is that? That's okay.
I have IT here. I haven't connected the break.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
What are you doing, Commonwealth? What are we doing?
Do you have questions? Do you have additional questions?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that
Whoa.
you had additional questions.
No, that's what I said. I wasn't asking any additional questions, so I
marked
can.
that. Okay.
Sit down.
So I guess, Mr. Bradle,
Yes.
we started to watch Exhibit 73, it cut off. We're having some audio-visual difficulties, which is my signal for our IT folks that may be in the building
Right.
to come on up and help us. But while I'm stalling doing that, are you okay with marching forward with your cross?
I
Without it-
start, but it is my problem now, Judge, I guess. I just
It is-
would like
okay.
it to work at
So,
some point.
so to be clear, you want to use this video in your cross?
Yes.
All right, well, in fairness, if that's the case, then I should allow the Commonwealth an opportunity to play it. So, where's our IT folks?
On his way up.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, I'm going to zippity doo-dah a little more here. I think we might be getting
All right, so why
closer.
don't we do this? Let's start from the top. Can you just replay, just start it from the beginning? We're still going to consider that this is during the direct by the Commonwealth of the lieutenant, and this is Exhibit 73. And now, of course, it won't work because I've said too much.
I've said too much.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry. I haven't said enough. That's you in the corner. That's you in the spotlight. There's no sound, so this is what we got. You have Ms. D and her awful singing. Who is that? Losing My Religion. Who sings that? Is that a U2 song? No. I can't remember. Aw, poor Kelsey. Honey, your life's about to change. Oh, here they come. REM, thank you. I could see the dude. That's why I was like, who is it? Wah, 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 wah. Here they come. We're going to fix the world. It's a busy road that house is on. Here we go. Knockety knock knock. She's like, who the heck is at my door? What is happening right now? What are you doing? Oh, are you coming to welcome me back to work on Monday? No, Kelsey, they aren't. Oh, the little one. Oh, this is so heartbreaking. I haven't seen any of this footage. Maybe some of you have with elsewhere. I have not seen any of this. Oh my God. Sway, don't bounce him. Who is this dude with the constant bouncing up and down? No, rock. Oh, baby gone. That fast? Wow. There he comes, the alien. And I assume that's the alien's sister. She looks like she's 12. Oh, and there she goes. I'll take that child. Thank you very much. He's taking the stuff. Thank you very much. Well, this is working out well for me. Wow. I mean, you read it in so many charging documents and everything, but actually seeing it is jarring. You twit. Get out of the house. You got the kid. Get out of my house. Good for you, Kelsey. I think, Kelly, the woman in the dress must have been maybe Kelsey's mom. Oh, let me check what else I need to get. What is that all about, y'all? Y'all, this is like when we saw dummy Dale doing the ducking behind the truck. What was that all about? What is he doing? What is happening? What? What is happening? Oh. Oh. I forgot about that part. Thank you, everybody. My bad. I forgot there was a shooting in the middle of all of this. I was so wrapped up in the poor child being stripped from her. He did run like a little coward. Hey, Ann, thanks for hanging out with us. Wow. Poor mama. My daughter's shot. Mm-mm-mm. They got her out of there fast, I will say that. Take it to trial. Thanks for hanging out with us.
That's it. Is that the conclusion? Okay. And all right, so we've ended Exhibit 73. The Commonwealth has no further questions on direct at this time. Okay. All right. So cross-examination.
This is sickening to watch all of that. Again, like I said before, it's one thing when you read all the documents and you know so much about the case from what you've read. But this is a whole different level.
Lieutenant Daly, good afternoon or good.
All right. I just need to see Mr. Radel.
What are we doing?
All set, Mr. Bradel.
Sorry, did something just happen? Sorry, I was hoping to just.
Oh, you're going to replay it. I'm sorry. That's why.
I'm going to use it. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, that's okay. All right. So
And that was
I'm
actually
sorry,
working pretty well.
Mr. Wayne, then I shouldn't have moved.
Sorry.
No. So do what you need to do.
Okay, you ready?
All right, may I inquire, Your Honor? Thank you.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So we've never spoken before, correct?
Correct.
And you did not write a report in this case?
I did.
And where is it? Who did you write it to?
Where did I write a report?
Right. When did you write it?
Afterwards?
And was it submitted in discovery?
I don't know. I wasn't involved in that.
Okay. Now, as far as preparing for trial, did you meet with the Commonwealth to do so?
I did.
And how many times did you do that?
Once.
And when was that?
Last Friday.
Last Friday. Okay. And so it's been obviously since June 30th since this happened, correct?
Correct.
And you've been on the job with Officer Houston?
Correct.
You've been on the job with Officer Noonan?
Yes.
Now, in terms of this incident, isn't it true that you spoke with Justin Alayan at the police department before going to Kelsey's house on June 30th?
Yes.
And
What?
was that in person?
Yeah, in the lobby.
And how many times did you speak with him altogether?
In the lobby? Or
Anywhere?
about
this?
if I had spoken to him at a work, like if he was on some type of a medical event,
I mean, about this incident, about the
Oh.
service of the restraining order.
just in the lobby.
So
And then,
once-
and then when I called him on the phone to come over to the house, I've never spoken to him other than
All right. How did you get a hold of his phone number?
because he gave it. I asked him for his phone number when we were in the lobby before I left, and I told him to wait in the
What?
lobby till I called him to come over.
How did he come to be at the lobby of the police station?
I don't know.
Why
I
was
would
it-
assume he drove, but
Well, you interacted with him, right?
I did.
Was he there to see you?
I don't know if it was necessarily there to see me. He was there to bring in the restraining order and to work out the logistics of essentially taking custody of the child.
Okay. So he brought you the
Hearing.
restraining order?
The child.
He brought a copy of it, and we had a copy of it that had come in electronically.
Did he show you a copy of his affidavit at all?
He did.
And did you bring that to Ms. Fitzsimmons?
No.
So you had it with Mr. Elaine, but you didn't share it with Ms. Fitzsimmons when you served the order?
I didn't share it with Ms. Fitzsimmons when I saw the order, no.
Now, just so we have this right, Mr. Elaine went to probate and family court, filed a lawsuit, essentially, a restraining order, getting custody and making all sorts of allegations against Ms. Fitzsimmons, right? That was your understanding?
Yes.
And he was living in Stowe, Massachusetts with his parents at the time, correct?
I don't know where he was living.
Okay. Did you ask?
No.
Did it matter?
Where he was living, I knew he wasn't living at the residence because if he was living at the residence, it would have changed things as in Ms. Fitzsimmons would have had to vacate the residence.
There you go.
The judge would have checked on that.
So he's not living at Phillips Brooks Road, right?
Or he had somewhere else to stay. I didn't ask him.
All right. And there's no provisions here where, in this order, where he's trying to get her kicked out of her own house, right?
Correct.
So he's an adversary to her. He's gotten an order from a court that says, I'm afraid of her, keep her away from me, right? That's what it says in essence, right?
Correct.
And
then
you
we call him
summoned him to the
and
house
invite
where
him.
she was.
Exactly.
To pick up the child, yes.
So have you ever served an order where you brought the person who says they're afraid of the person to the person before?
If there's going to be some type of a custody exchange, yes.
Have you done that before?
We have, yes.
Not we, you.
Yes.
When?
I don't recall, but I know it's happened.
Oh,
So how long after you got to the house and you gave Kelsey the order, did you call Justin to come to the house?
Would have been a matter of minutes.
A matter of minutes.
Yep.
So who did you go to the house with?
Officer Newman.
Not a trick question, obviously. Noonan and Houston, right?
Yes.
So you have social workers on your staff, don't you?
We do.
No social worker?
No.
So with respect to the situation, you knew this was a 4-month-old child, right?
I did.
DCF?
No.
So you go to the,
When you said DCF, are you asking?
I'll ask a more detailed
Okay.
question, sorry, Your Honor. So you didn't summon anyone from DCF to come and look at the situation or anything like that you didn't report to DCF about the situation?
Which situation?
The fact that you were going to a police officer's house,
Uh-huh.
taking her 4-month-old baby and giving it to a guy,
The father?
Yeah.
No, I didn't call DCF.
all
No.
right, aren't you a mandated reporter?
I am.
And you didn't report it?
What report? What?
The fact that there was a dispute over a 4-year-old child and that there was a court order to take the child away?
No, I didn't report it.
Now, restraining orders, your experience with restraining orders, right?
I am.
Restraining orders have provisions for retrieving property, don't they?
What do you mean by that?
Restraining orders have a provision that says, and the judge can check the box, the judge can write things in it, as they often scrawl
yes.
things in, right? Paragraph 10 says, you may pick up your personal belongings in the company of police or at a time agreed to by the plaintiff. That's just by the plaintiff, it says that, right?
Yes.
And so there's a provision where the plaintiff can allow it by agreeing to it. And this is a situation that's a little bit different, isn't it? The plaintiff is leaving, right? And the defendant is staying at the house.
Yes.
So the judge took no action in that area, did they? About whether or not Justin Elaine could go into that house?
No.
And so you took that upon yourself to let him in there?
She was informed that we were calling him to come get the baby. She did not object to it.
She didn't object to it?
No.
When was she informed?
When I served her the order, when she was sitting on the couch.
And you said what?
I
We're going to
her-
let Justin come over and rummage around your basement?
no
No, I didn't say
kidding.
What I told her was that Justin was granted custody of the child by the court or whatever, and
Yeah, but
that's what I said to her.
And
that's
while we're on that
different than
topic,
having
she
it
didn't
in the
say, I
house.
want to pack a bag. You and your colleague officers told her, pack a bag for the baby, correct?
No, we did not. She she basically said the baby doesn't have anything.
Well, you're the one planning this, sorry.
I did not hear that last.
She basically said the baby didn't have any of their stuff. Is how that what precipitated her going around the house to the other items.
Thank you.
So you're the one planning this out. It's your testimony that you weren't thinking about her needing to pack some things for the baby to take with you or with Justin Elaine?
I don't understand the question.
You're saying that you didn't tell her to pack anything for the baby. That wasn't part of your plan, in other words?
No,
The fact is, not Noonan, not Houston, you told Kelsey Fitzsimmons, pack a bag for 2 weeks for your baby, didn't you?
no.
And so it's your testimony, you had no plan, no thought process about getting things for the baby. Is that right?
I don't know that I didn't have a plan, but what precipitated her going around the house and grabbing items was her bringing it up to me.
So you're saying that was a sort of a spontaneous thing that she took upon herself?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get in there, Kelsey has the baby. She's doing regular mom things, right? She's coming home, she's got the baby in her hands, she's got sweat clothes on, she's walking around the house.
Yes.
No signs of upset or trauma to the baby until you get there and tell her what's going on, right?
Yes. Well, when I first told, she was calm when we first told her what was going on.
Sure. And then you told her what was going on.
When I told her what was going on, she was still calm. She called her mother on the phone, but she didn't become emotional at that point.
And the baby started to cry.
Yeah.
And at that point, you asked her to put the baby in a rocker. Is that right?
No, she put the baby in the rocker before she sat on the couch.
At some point, Kelsey picked the baby back up because the baby was crying,
Correct.
and she was in the middle of feeding the baby, right? When you got there.
Which I don't know that.
So
There was a bottle. I don't know what she was doing before I got there.
Okay.
There was a bottle with formula or whatever there. Yes.
and she told you that she was feeding the baby and that she needed to keep feeding the baby, right?
Actually, yes. Yes.
Okay. And then she hands the baby to who?
Officer Noonan.
She handed the baby to Officer Noonan,
That's
Right.
not who was
And
shaking
she-
baby and
gave the bottle to Officer Noonan, and Officer Noonan fed her baby, correct?
I believe so. Yes.
So her state of mind towards Officer Noonan, 5 minutes before the shooting or 10 minutes or whatever it is that you're someone that can feed my baby. You're someone that can take my baby, right?
It's somewhat argumentative, overruled.
She did that, right?
She did what?
What I just said.
You asked the question again?
She gave Noonan her baby.
Oh,
And
yes.
she gave him the bottle and he fed her, right?
Yes.
And nobody forced her to do that. She made a decision to do that on her own, right?
Yes.
Now, you said that
would not
Kelsey
have been
had
pointing a
started
gun
in
at him.
2025? That's what I have in my notes. It's not
no,
right,
it was
is it?
before. I believe it was 24.
Okay, well, it's 23,
Okay.
is it not?
I'm not positive of the date. It's been a few years.
All right. It's fair to say that you hired her, right?
I did.
You trained her for 6 months you were her DI for 6 months, right? Drill instructor?
Yes.
She was the treasurer of the police academy when she was there, right?
She was.
She came on the job and she worked under you on many shifts, right?
During field training, and I believe briefly afterward. Yes.
All right. So she's an officer from 23 that you know well, and she's been there a while, right up until going out on maternity leave and then coming back, just about to come back June 30th, right?
Correct.
And as of June 30th, she was slated to go back on the schedule for July 4th, right?
To go back on patrol. Yes.
Yes.
oh, take it to trial. It's your understanding that her and Officer Noonan didn't know each other that well. They were partners on a very, very emotional and difficult, well, it was a murder. It was a murder-suicide. And they bonded pretty quickly because of that. Yeah, this piece of work here, hired and trained her.
So at some point in this incident, Mr. Alain asked you if you could go in the basement and get some things, right?
Yes.
And you let him do that unsupervised, correct?
Correct.
Why? Why?
Isn't it required that an officer accompany the person with the consent of the homeowner?
I'm not sure.
What? What is happening? Y'all.
Now, at some point, Kelsey's mother comes in, correct?
Correct.
Where were you and where was Kelsey when that happened?
When Kelsey's mother came in, I believe we were in the living room.
And Kelsey was nowhere near that, correct?
Kelsey was nowhere near where?
Her mother.
I don't understand the question.
When Kelsey's mother arrived,
Yeah.
Kelsey was upstairs with Noonan and Houston, wasn't she?
No, when Kelsey's mother arrived, no, I believe at that point, Officer Houston had the baby.
That's who was doing shaking babies.
Officer Houston had the baby.
And Officer Houston gave Kelsey's mother the baby, correct?
Correct.
And then Officer Houston went upstairs?
I'm not positive.
So at some point, you're downstairs, Houston and Noonan are upstairs with Kelsey, correct?
Correct, yes.
All right. Where was mom at that time?
She was in the living room
With who?
with the baby
And where were you?
in the living in the living room.
So you're with her.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to
At
figure
some
out where
point, you hear
everybody
two
is.
gunshots.
Yes.
And at that time, Houston is downstairs with you. He's joined you downstairs.
When the gunshots happened, he's downstairs, but he's not joined with me. He's
Is
around in like the kitchen right at the top of the staircase,
So he's,
according to him.
Houston
According
is
to him?
downstairs and not upstairs with Noonan and Kelsey, correct?
Correct.
You hear two gunshots. Is it fair to say these gunshots were in quick succession?
Yes.
What did you do?
I was running up the stairs when the shots were fired.
Did you see the shots?
No, I heard two loud bangs as I was running
Why
up the
were you
stairs.
running upstairs?
Where was Noonan, if you know?
Noonan was right outside of the frame of the bedroom door, in like the, if you want to call it a hallway, the upstairs hallway.
Like maybe like a landing, like the top
Sure.
landing of the
In
steps?
between both bedrooms.
All right, so Noonan is at the door frame, correct?
Yes,
And it's fair to say there's no door to the bedroom, right?
correct.
Well, she was crouched behind the door, according to one of the
When you
earlier
get up the
affidavits.
stairs and look into the room, what's the first thing you see?
Her feet
Where were they?
over on the other, the far end of the bedroom by the bed.
Kelsey's feet.
Correct.
And she was on her back.
Yes,
She had a gunshot wound to the lower chest.
yes,
And at some point, you went over there to render first aid, right?
yeah. It was pretty much immediately.
Okay. And Noonan is covering the scene with his firearm, correct?
Correct.
Now, when you went up to Kelsey, what was the first thing you did? Was it in terms of first aid or in terms of securing the firearm?
Secure the firearm.
And where was the firearm?
The firearm was by her left leg.
All right. Isn't it true that when you were interviewed by the CIC representatives, you said that the weapon was under her leg?
I didn't hear that. Under what?
Yes, you said it was under her leg when you were interviewed.
By her left leg. Like
Well, under is different than by.
Yeah.
when I was able to see the firearm when I got up to her. I could
There's no
not see
question
it.
before you, sir. I'll ask you a question. So today you're saying
Love
that
you,
it was by her
Brado.
leg, correct?
Yes,
And we agree that when you were interviewed by the CIC months and months ago, you said that the firearm was under her leg, correct?
I'd have to look at the exact statement, but
Sure. May I approach her?
Yes, sir.
Oh boy. We're gonna zippity doo dah while he's doing this, because I don't like to
I'm proffering the witness case 21 of the CIC report.
hang out while they're
Do me a favor.
refreshing their
You can look anywhere
memory.
you want on the page, but I want to invite your attention to
right now.
right here. You can look up and down.
Yep.
Just take a look. The eyes is off on your phone. Firearm was underneath her left leg, her back, head towards the window, feet closest to us, and the firearm was underneath her left leg. Did I read that correctly?
You did.
And that was your testimony, right?
Yes.
Wow. That's a problem for them. We love Mr. Bradle. Hey, Elizabeth. Come on in.
Why did you roll her over?
To see if there was an exit wound.
And did you tend to that?
Yes.
And at some point, Kelsey said, "I'm sorry, I want to die," correct?
Correct.
And when was that?
During that time.
Was Noonan anywhere near her?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
I don't know. I mean, he was right by me, but I was wrapping gauze around her. We're trying to at that point. He was there. He might have been grabbing stuff, more additional things out of the medical bag. I don't know.
At that point, Kelsey looked at him and said, "Why?" Didn't she?
Not that I recall.
Did Noonan say anything to her?
I think, yeah, and so did I. He basically said, like, calm down and keep breathing.
Is that it?
That I can recall, yes.
And what about you? What did you say to her?
The same thing.
Now, you were asked if you had your gun checked as a result of this incident. What? I don't mean to put you on the spot. And you can go find it. But do you know your gun serial number?
No, I don't.
There's a reason.
What were the
we asked
circumstances of you
that.
getting your gun checked?
You mean why they did it?
No.
What do you mean?
What happened? Just physically? Did you give it to someone or what?
Yeah, one of the Mass State troopers from ballistics. He'll get emptied, I believe, counted all the rounds in the firearm, etc., and may have done something else. I don't know.
You don't know?
No,
Do you know who it was that took it?
I don't.
You gave your gun to somebody and you don't know who you gave it to?
Correct.
I can believe that.
Who else had their gun checked?
I believe all three guns ended up getting checked. Maybe not there, but
I don't want you to speculate. So
I wasn't present when anyone else had their gun checked.
I appreciate you trying to help. Just my question is, what's your personal knowledge of who got their gun checked? Let me ask it a better way.
At that time,
What did you see? Who got their gun checked?
I didn't.
Okay, so you don't have any personal knowledge of anyone else getting their gun checked?
At that time, no.
Okay. Did you witness someone else giving up their gun and getting their gun checked at another time period?
No.
Why is he making it so difficult? I hate when witnesses do this because all it makes me think right out of the gate is you're a liar. Stop being McCabe-ish.
So the whole state of your knowledge about guns being checked is that your gun was given to someone, if you don't know who it was, but they took out the bullets and the cartridges and inventoried it. Is that it?
Well, I didn't give it. I gave it to a Mass State trooper from the ballistics team. I believe there were three of them over by the truck. I don't know which one I handed it to. I didn't ask him his name. But yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. Did they do the things you said in front of you about inventorying the cartridges and all that?
I saw him unload and make the gun safe and empty the magazine. And at that point, I walked away.
Okay. Did you sign a receipt or anything, or a chain of custody or anything at all?
No, because I got the firearm back once they did whatever they did.
And when did you get the firearm back?
At some point after that same
Well,
evening.
no kidding.
That same evening.
Correct.
Some point after that, you doof.
Yeah, sorry if I asked you this. You don't have any personal knowledge of the circumstances of anybody else's guns being given up and checked?
I never witnessed any of the other people's guns getting checked. I know that Tim Houston had already left, and they were trying to he had already left the scene at that point. So they were trying to make, logistically plan out someone going over to pick up the gun from him, his firearm.
Okay.
So I knew that it got checked. I just don't know exactly when.
Hey, two kittens.
You assume
You
it
are
got
very
checked based on
welcome.
the
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Fair enough.
So I'm confused. Why are we checking Houston's? Houston, why are we checking your gun? My understanding was Houston was downstairs in another part of the house when this happened. This dorkwad here was running up the stairs when the gunshots went off. Like, am I the only one confused? This is not making any blessed sense, this testimony. I feel like I'm watching Raul Valley's trial all over again. Oh, I think there's more
Now,
to
you
it.
spoke with,
Yes. About the
Justin
serial
Lane
numbers.
at the lobby of the police station before you went to the scene, right?
Yes.
We talked about that.
Hey, the
Now-
little drummer boy.
Up until that conversation, did you have any information any further information from Justin Lane about the circumstances of Kelsey's state of mind that day, or anything that was going on with Kelsey that day?
Prior to seeing him in the lobby?
When you were speaking with Justin Lane in the lobby,
Yeah.
had you already had any information about Kelsey's whereabouts or actions that day
From Justin?
from anywhere?
Oh, yes.
Were you aware that she was waiting for him at the park in town?
No, I wasn't aware that till Kelsey told me that when we went to the house.
Isn't it true that at the police station, Justin Elaine said to you, I wouldn't be surprised if she shot the baby right in front of you?
Yes.
And that added to your
Shut the
mindset
front
about
door.
going to see Kelsey, didn't it?
I don't know. I don't understand.
That was
the
part of the
question.
quantum of evidence or thoughts or presumptions that you had in your head, right?
I think it raised my awareness.
And that was communicated to Noonan, wasn't it?
Both Noonan and Houston, yes.
And so that statement from Justin Elaine, it's fair to say, contributes to an increased level of vigilance towards Kelsey when you got there, right?
No, I would think,
It's your testimony that that's not a factor in your mind?
no,
Is
it's
that
a
correct?
fact, it's a factor in my mind, but I think from a tactical perspective, I think everyone was, actually, yes.
Did you-
There you go.
Everybody was probably more on point than normal.
Did you
There's
consider
the right answer.
Justin Elaine's motive for saying such a thing, or credibility or lack of credibility of him saying such a thing?
Objection.
Overruled, this yes or no?
Did I consider, I'm sorry, can you
Did you
ask me?
consider the source? How about that?
No,
He was a plaintiff in a domestic situation seeking
Yeah.
to get custody of his baby and her baby through an ex parte restraining order, right?
Objection.
Sustained.
He was adverse to Kelsey Fitzsimmons, wasn't he?
yes,
Sustained. I'm striking.
Did you have a conversation with your fellow officers about the credibility of such an assertion about your own officer that you hired, trained, had on the job?
Objection.
All right, so you're referring to Ms. Fitzsimmons?
Yes.
Overruled.
I'm sorry, can you?
Yeah. Did you think about what he's saying? How did that affect your state of mind towards Kelsey?
I don't know that, I didn't take everything that he said as 100% factual. However, there was a court order in place where we had to go serve the documentation. Regardless, I don't know. That was my state of mind.
Did you consult with Justin at all relative to this restraining order before you met him in the lobby?
No.
Well, you talked to him on the phone, right?
Before I met him in the lobby, no.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
I talked to him on the phone when I called him to come to the house. That's the only time I've ever spoken to him on the phone.
May I have one moment, please, Your Honor?
Yes.
Well, isn't that convenient? That's the only time, huh? We're going to zippity doo dah until Mr. Bradle is ready to
So the
tell
details
us.
after the shooting and the crime scene's established, it's fair to say that you had some other officers come to the scene, correct?
Yes.
And some of those officers were trained mental health officers, correct?
Everybody's a trained mental health officer in some capacity.
Well, there's Officer Seaway,
Yes.
and he has some special training with mental health
Yes.
issues, correct? And
Seaway?
Seawade, SEWADE, Your Honor. And he came to the scene after the fact, right?
Yes.
He didn't come for Kelsey, he came for Noonan, right?
Yes.
Nothing further.
Read it back.
When you provide when you're serving a restraining order, you serve the order itself, correct?
Yes.
You don't serve an affidavit.
Never.
It's just the court order is being given to the defendant in that order. So they're on notice as to what the judge has decided, correct?
That's correct.
Now, you talked about your gun being checked. How many rounds do you typically carry in your gun?
17 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. So 18 total rounds.
Ah! Did y'all hear that? 17 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. Didn't I tell y'all? Law enforcement always has 1 in the chamber. Told you.
Right, any recross?
Just one or two questions, Your Honor. So counsel asked you, you don't serve the restraining order. I'm sorry, affidavit. You don't serve the affidavit, right?
Correct. I never.
So is there some rule that says you can't?
Not that I'm aware of.
So you had the affidavit in this particular circumstance, right?
Yes.
And you didn't give it to him,
That's correct.
and you could have.
I don't know. My understanding, we've never, I think as a general rule or practice within our PD, I'm not familiar with anyone ever serving a restraining order, including the affidavit.
Well, when someone walks into the police station with the order and the affidavit and shows it to you and uses it, it's not a big deal to make a copy and hand it to the defendant, is it?
Well, the document I served was a document I printed that was sent to me directly from the court, not what he gave me. I just made a copy of that and it remained in the OIC office.
It's fair to say that in the circumstances where you don't give an affidavit, it's when you've gotten something from the court via the system, the OIC email, and they don't give you the affidavit. So you just serve what you get, right?
Right, which is what I served her.
Right. And this situation is different because you had the affidavit in hand, right there, and you could have brought it, couldn't you? And you know of no rule that says you shouldn't.
Not that I'm aware of.
All set?
Well, you're not getting involved in the matter.
Hold on,
The court
hold on.
decides,
We,
right?
are we going out to redirect?
I'd like to.
All right, a couple questions.
You're not getting involved in the matter that the court decided, like a probate matter, correct?
Correct.
You're simply going and serving the restraining order for what the judge found, right?
That's correct.
Nothing else.
Do you have any recross? No? Sure? All right. Let me just see if I have a question or two. I do not. Okay, you may step down.
Thank you.
And I'm wondering, why don't we, should we break at this point for a lunch break and then we can come back at 10 of 2? Great. Okay, we'll stand and
Okay, Christine, you don't have to apologize, honey. That is not necessary. I don't take roll. No attendance is necessary here at Ms. Demeanor's house, so it's all good. Come hang out when you can. I got to look at my notes here, though, to find out when we can come back from the old lunch break, which I think is about here. Okay. So, yeah, no apologies necessary.
You're only to film while we're in session and only to record audio or broadcast audio while we're in session. All right, Commonwealth, you can call your next witness.
Yes, Judge, before our next witness, the Commonwealth offers a copy of the restraining order that the North Andover Police served on the defendant.
Any objection? Okay, maybe admitted as the next exhibit.
I'm zippity doo on us.
I swear that the testimony
Oh.
of this cause now hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing.
Man, that arm is up there.
You may have a seat. Thank you.
Dude does stuff with purpose. I like it.
All set. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think
Good
his name is Wayne.
In a nice loud voice, if you could please state your name and spell your first and last name for the record.
Courtney Alayan, COURTNEYAYLAIAN.
A
And do you
new
pronounce the last
alien
name
in the
Elaine?
house.
Yes,
How old are you?
I'm 28 years old.
In what city do you live?
I live in Stowe, Massachusetts.
Where did you grow up?
Stowe, Massachusetts.
And did you go to school in Stowe?
Yes, I went to all of my childhood schooling in Stowe. I went to high school in Bolton, Massachusetts at a regional high school.
What do you do for work?
I work in software sales.
And do you have siblings?
I do. I'm the youngest of 4.
And if you could please state your siblings' names and their ages from oldest to you.
Sure. Brendan Alayan is 34. Justin Alayan is 32. Ashley Alayan is 30.
And you are?
I'm 28.
Thank you. I'd like
She
to
looks like
focus
she's
on your brother,
12.
Justin.
Yes.
What's your relationship like with him?
Justin has been one of my best friends for as long as I can remember. He's been an incredible older brother. He's been very, I would say the first word that comes to mind is kind. Justin is probably the kindest person I know.
He might be a great
He's
brother,
loyal
but
to
he's an
people he loves.
awful fiance
Next question, please.
and
Um,
boyfriend.
Are you aware that he was engaged to be married at some point?
Yes.
And
Ugh.
around when did he become engaged, if you know?
Sometime after August of 2024.
Okay. And do you know who he was engaged to?
Kelsey Fitzsimmons.
And have you had the opportunity to spend time with Justin and Kelsey Fitzsimmons?
Yes, I have.
And do you see her in the courtroom here today?
I do.
If you can please point her out and describe an article of clothing she's wearing.
She's right here in front of me. She's wearing a pink, some sort of blazer.
Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness that identified the defendant.
It may.
Do you know when the wedding was supposed to be?
The wedding was supposed to be in October of this past year.
October 2025.
Yes.
And was it ultimately canceled?
Yes, it was.
I'd like
You
to direct your
think?
attention to the weekend of June 28th and June 29th, 2025.
Objection.
Okay, grounds.
Relevance, 403.
Okay. So let's take it a question at a time, okay? All right, next question.
What are we doing?
Did you go somewhere that weekend?
Yes, we went to Bethel, Maine.
And who is we?
Myself, the groom's party and the bridesmaid party. So Kelsey, Justin, myself, my sister, Katrina, Michelle, Deandra, Cassie, Maddie, Kelsey's sister. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anyone for females. On the groom side, it was both my brothers, Brendan and Justin, his friends, Aiden, Dave.
I think so too.
Her brother, Will, Hunter. That might be everyone from the parties.
This is starting to feel like high tops
Was it Jack and
again.
Jill bachelor party?
It was a Jack and Jill bachelor party, yes.
And did the weekend end early?
Yes, it did.
And did you go home?
Yes, I fled the house.
So for just exploring this, judges.
Okay.
you know, They're not allowed to open this door. This is an assault involving an officer and my client.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's just argue this at side. Let me hear you at sidebar, only so that we don't have to have the witness leave. I'll see everyone at sidebar.
Yeah. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I can't with that white noise sound. It assaults my ears. Speaking of assault, let me see how far we go here. Not a fan of that questioning. I agree. I don't know that it's relevant to anything happening here. I don't really care if she was running through the streets naked during her bachelorette party.
Is it true that you drove home to Stowe on Sunday of that weekend?
Hold on.
Yes, if that is.
That you drove? May I, Your Honor?
Yes, please.
Is it true that you drove home to Stowe on Sunday of that weekend?
Yes, if that is the. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the days. Yes. I stayed at a hotel the night before.
And then ultimately on Sunday, you went to your house in Stowe?
Correct.
And did you have without telling me what the conversation was about, did you have a conversation with Justin on that Sunday?
Yes.
And then did you again have a conversation with Justin the next day, which was Monday, June 30th?
Yes.
And as a result of that conversation, did you go somewhere?
Absolutely.
Where did you go?
We drove to his friend Hunter's house.
And who is Hunter?
Hunter is Justin's friend who he knew through the fire academy.
And where does Hunter live?
Hunter is in, I believe it is still in North Andover where he lives.
And is that where you drove on June 30th?
Correct.
And who did you drive with?
I drove my car alone. I met Justin there after he called me.
And did you, was anybody else at Hunter's house that day?
Yes. It was Hunter, myself, and two of her friends, two of Kelsey's friends, Michelle and Katrina, who were very concerned.
Okay. Without talking about what was said, did you and Justin at some point go somewhere alone?
Yes.
Where did you go?
We went to, I'm not sure which courthouse it was. We went to a courthouse
And what was the purpose of you and him going to the courthouse?
to file, so he could file for an emergency restraining order in custody
And get custody of
Caden.
And who's Caden?
Caden is Justin's son.
And how old was he at the time?
He was right around 4 months, I believe, at the time.
Justin and Kelsey's son.
Did you have any familiarity with restraining orders?
I'm getting Deaver Dever vibes. Is she going to say
Where did you go to
garage?
court?
When we got to court, Justin went to the desk and told them the situation, said he believed his son was,
Sustained. Next question.
Did you help Justin fill out a form?
per the clerk's advice, yes, Justin was shaking.
And where did you go from there?
From there, we drove to the North Andover Police Department.
And what did you do at the police department?
We both walked in and I spoke with a couple of her lieutenants daily. I'm not sure who it exactly was I was speaking to. And I told them that I thought she would.
Sustained.
And without telling me what you said, did you give the police something?
I didn't hear the
Did you
question.
give the police a copy of the restraining order?
It was faxed to them, yes.
Facts.
Did the poli-
Objection, not responsive.
Overruled.
and did you stay at the police station for a period of time?
Yes.
And what happened next?
We were at the police station praying and we got a call from one of the lieutenants saying that Caden was safe and to come to the house and get him.
And what house were you going to?
125 Phillips Brooks Road.
Had you been to that house before?
I have.
How did you get there?
We had driven separately, so we both drove our cars to the house.
So you drove your car and Justin drove his car?
Correct.
And did you, approximately how long were you waiting at the police station before you got that call?
It was much quicker than we thought, probably 20 minutes maybe. I could be a little off, but 20 minutes.
And about how long did it take you to get from the police station to 125 Phillips Brooks Road?
Not long, but less than 10 minutes.
And what happened once you got there?
We got there. We were welcomed in the door by an officer. He said, Kelsey's upstairs getting some clothes for Caden.
Your Honor, motion to strike.
Okay, without telling me what the officer said.
All right, hold on. There's an objection. Overruled. Next question.
You said you were let inside by a police officer. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then what happened when you went inside?
Lauren, Kelsey's mom, was holding Kaden. She was angry. She said to Justin, Kelsey is fine. Justin's,
Sustained.
She's got to stop with it.
And you don't, no one expects you to know these legal rules, but unless you're specifically asked, you can't repeat what people told you, okay? All right, thanks very much.
You can't say that.
So
Stop
you go
it.
inside, you and Justin go inside,
yes.
and then you saw, who did you see?
Lauren Page was holding Kaden,
And who's Lauren Page?
Kelsey's mother.
Okay, and you and her had a conversation.
Justin and her did.
Okay, and then what happened? And she was holding the baby?
Yep.
And then what happened next?
She handed Kaden to Justin. Justin then handed Kaden to me. And I said, why don't I take a step outside? I wanted to avoid a confrontation. So we took the
She was boogieing to
carrier,
get
the
outside.
baby car seat. We walked outside
And so you took Kaden in your arms
in my arms.
and you walked outside.
Yes.
And did Justin walk out with you?
Yes.
And did Justin take anything with him?
He took the carrier, the car seat.
And then
And
went back in to load up
at that
with
point,
some other stuff.
Did you make a phone call?
I did.
Who did you call?
I called my mother.
Okay, and this is while you were outside.
Yes.
And then what happened next?
There were gunshots that went off.
And how do you know that they were gunshots?
It was, I've been shooting before. Know what a gun sounds like. There were several gunshots and an explosion sound because they, I believe, had hit the air conditioner. There was a lot of smoke coming out of the window.
Objection, Your Honor, there's no personal knowledge of any of this.
No.
Is this what you saw or
I saw the smoke.
overruled?
And where were you standing when you heard the gunshots?
I was
An explosion.
near the side where the school parking lot is. I was next to our cars in the yard
And
on the property.
approximately how many you said gunshots, plural, how many did you hear?
There were at least 2.
And then after you looked back at the house and you saw the smoke?
I was right in front of the house, yes.
And what did you do next?
I knew I needed to run. I started to back up, and I was scanning the house, just praying to see Justin come out. Sorry, I'm trying to say what I'm not supposed to, I guess, say here, but I feared he was not coming out of that house.
So
And
where did you go?
Objection.
I backed up.
Sustained, I'll strike it.
I object to the further line of questioning, and we just can't follow rules. I ask you to strike the entire testimony.
Okay, overruled. All right, I know you're nervous. Everyone gets nervous. Just listen to the question and just answer just the question. Go ahead.
Apologies, Your Honor.
Where did you go after you heard the gunshots?
I ran with my arms around Gaden, and I ran through the school parking lot and was looking for somewhere to hide. And I cut into a neighborhood and looked back and didn't see anyone. So I cut behind a house and hid behind trees, and I waited.
And sometime shortly thereafter, did Justin come and pick you up?
Yes.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
I find this testimony so far pretty useless. Oh, but I think this is going to be
Into the property?
great.
Yes.
Who let you in?
One of the officers.
And how did that go?
In what
I
sense?
don't think
Did you ring the
so.
bell? Did Justin ring the bell? Did you knock on the door? Did he break the door in? What happened?
He did not break the door in. The officer opened the door for us. I don't recall if we called him or if he saw us pull in, but we did tell him we were on our way, so he was expecting us.
Which officer opened the door for you?
I don't remember.
They
I
called
think
the
it was Daly, but
officer.
I do not remember.
Have you seen any video of how you went into the house?
I have not, no.
Oh,
I'm gonna
boy.
ask that we play a clip that's in our exhibit, our thumb drive, if I may.
All right, is it within Exhibit 74?
Yes.
Sure.
I did not see her have the baby in a car seat. She had him in her arms. But I am anxious to see how they entered because I don't remember anyone greeting them at the door either. Do y'all remember that? Because I don't remember that. What are we doing here, Wayne? Come on now. Come on, Wayne. You're almost there. You can do it. There we go. I think that's his name. If somebody knows for sure.
Counsel, can I just make an observation?
Yes.
I don't want to interfere. This format that is on the screen is different than what was on exhibit.
Yes.
Hold on, please let me finish. Is different than what was on exhibit 74. I just want to make sure, however you do it, that ultimately I have what you're playing.
Sure.
Okay, so if it's just a different format and it's already on 74, no problem.
Oh, she probably
So,
did
Judge,
testify to
from
that,
counsel
Felicia.
this particular.
It's
one is not in
incorrect.
there, But I was just gonna, I'm sorry. Oh, it is. Yeah, okay, so, I'm sorry, I guess it is on there. I thought it was. Okay, we're good?
So
Sorry.
just so we're all on the same page, to the extent that either side ends up playing something over and above what is on 74, let's just mark
Make
it and
sure
get
that
it
gets
into
it.
evidence.
You have a thumb drive of it. Thank you, Aaron. So, do you see what's depicted on the screen now? Do
I do,
you recognize it?
I do.
And this is the porch area of 125 Phillips Brooks Road, correct?
It is.
Okay. Can you play?
Oh, look at Justin and her right behind him. Oh, there's that
So
officer
where's the
greeting
officer that lets
them.
He was right behind that door. I do not recall the exact where. He's right at that door.
you? So you walked in without anyone letting you in her house, didn't you?
Exactly.
I don't know that I could say that because the officer was right
Did you see
behind it.
anybody on there letting you in?
I can't see the other
Man.
side of the door.
So you're already in the house by that time. You walked in the house all by yourself, didn't you?
So when
Man,
I've gone to their house before, I typically go in that doorway and then knock at that door there.
You walked right in. didn't you?
I don't know. There was an officer
Well,
right
you saw
behind
What did
it.
you see in the video?
I walked in. I'm not sure if an officer was right behind it opening that too. Because I know he was at the door.
And I'll offer that. It's not in, but I believe it's in the thumb drive.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. Say that again?
I believe that clip is in the thumb drive. But if you find out it's not, I would offer it to.
It is.
Okay, all right, thank you. Is there any redirect?
No, thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. You may step down.
oh, she
And,
is
uh,
now
Come with me, call your
Courtney
next witness.
Deaver. What? Oh, we're gonna have the dork. We're gonna have the slime ball next. Oh, let's see if we recognize anybody. Hold on. No, I don't recognize anyone there. I thought I might.
Okay.
Over here. Oh, no, that's way too. All righty, let's zippity doo dah to get to the alien. It's time for the alien. You little
Raise your right hand.
slime
Do
ball.
solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this
Ah,
trial is now
I
hearing
already
shall be
don't
the
like
truth,
him.
The whole truth.
He's
and
got a
nothing but the
look
truth, so
of
help you
somebody
God.
that I want to
Yes,
smack.
Sir, in a loud, clear voice, can you please introduce yourself? Spell your first name and your last name.
My name is Justin Alayan, Justin, last name Aylayan.
And how old are you, sir?
I'm 32.
And what town?
My name is Justin. I'm a tool. That's spelled Tool.
Do you live in?
Still Massachusetts.
Did you grow up there?
I did, yes.
Okay. And what schools did you go to there?
I went to Neshoba Regional for high school. That's a tri-town, so it's still Bolton and Lancaster. That's where I attended for grades 9 through 12.
What did you do after high school?
After high school, I immediately went to the University of New Hampshire, where I obtained a bachelor's in business management.
After you graduated from UNH, what did you do?
After UNH, I did a cross-country road trip where I traveled Southwest U.S., and I got a job as a wilderness instructor at a therapy camp in southern Utah.
And what do you mean by a therapy camp?
I worked as a lead counselor for some youth between the ages of roughly 15 to 18, and there were some early adults as well that were
That's
above 18.
terrifying.
And they came to this camp for a variety of different problems, whether it was drug issues, whether it was anger issues, whether they had problems at home. They would come to this camp and we would help build confidence. We would give them coping mechanisms. We would do that in a wilderness setting. We would teach them primitive living skills, and we would assist them in their transition, going back to their families or whatever they had after.
At some point, did you make your way back east?
I did, yes. I was out there for roughly 8 months, and I shortly came back after.
Okay. What did you do when you came back?
Speaking of cults, and by the way, oops, wrong comment here. Kelly, his mustache is not dumb. His mustache is hopeful. He is ever the optimist with that mustache.
When I came back, shortly thereafter, in the fall of 2017, I enlisted in the United States Army.
Okay. Did you go to boot camp?
I did, yes. I attended boot camp. In Fort Benning, Georgia. I enlisted as an infantry. So I attended boot camp in Fort Benning, Georgia. Immediately after boot camp and advanced infantry training, I went to airborne school, which was also at Fort Benning. Right after I graduated from airborne school, I was moved to Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And that's where I spent the rest of my tenure in the Army.
Okay. How long was that?
Altogether, I attempted to try to become a Green Beret when I went to try to go for Special Forces. I went to, it's called SOPC, which is Special Operations Prep Course, prior to selection. And during that training, I was severely injured. I ended up hurting some ligaments and tendons and needed reconstructive surgery on my tendons. So I ended up shortly getting out of the military after that with an honorable discharge in the, I believe, winter of 2019.
So then did you come back up here?
I did, yes. I returned back to Massachusetts shortly thereafter. After that, I worked several different jobs.
Yeah,
I ended up at Fidelity
USMC
for a while. I worked in their 401k
I guess
department.
it's not with us
And then
tonight.
shortly thereafter, I started going through civil service.
Oh,
and applying to
USMC would have
jobs
something to say.
for to become a firefighter.
Did you eventually get one?
I did, yes. I got on at North Andover Fire Department in August of 2021. It was at that point I also went back to get went back for my fire science degree at Anna Maria College, which was obtained roughly a year and a half ago. I got my
I'm
bachelor's
not
degree
really
in fire
sure how
science.
any of this
So what is your
matters.
role in the North Andover Fire Department?
I'm a firefighter EMT with the North Andover
What
Fire
are we doing?
Department. My job is to protect
Are they
life and
trying to
property.
qualify him as an
When you
expert
say an EMT,
witness
do you
and
work
being
as
a douche?
a firefighter full-time or an EMT? Or how does it work there?
With the rotation that we have, the newest 24 members on the fire department, they're in charge of running the ambulance. So on my shift, what we do is we work 2 weeks on the ambulance, and that third week rotating off, we either go on the engine or the ladder truck.
Do you know a person by the name of Kelsey Fitzsimmons?
I do, yes.
How and when did you first meet her?
It was September of 2023. She had reached out to me on Facebook. She had seen a picture of me posted on the North Andover Fire Department page. She was recently going to be getting hired as a North Andover police officer, and she reached out to me on Facebook.
Fair to say you developed a relationship with her?
We did very quickly, yes.
Okay. At some point, did it become more than casual?
Yep, it became more than casual very quickly. Both of us developed feelings very quickly, and that developed into a relationship very quickly as well. And it was about roughly 6 months after that we had initially met that that Kelsey and I had moved in together.
And where did you move in?
She had owned a home at 125 Phillips Brooks in North Andover. My lease had ended that May of 2024, and at that point we decided that we were going to live together, and I wasn't going to renew my current lease that I had.
And I'm sorry, remind me, were you on the fire department? You were on the fire department.
I was, yes.
Were you living in North Andover at the time?
I was living in North Andover, yes.
At some point, you guys were living together. You had a baby?
That is correct.
Okay. And when was a boy or girl?
Boy.
Okay. How old now?
He is 13 months old.
And what's his date of birth?
2/16/2025.
So he was born while you were living together at 125 Phillips Brook?
Yes.
At some point, and I'm going to turn your attention to the weekend of July 28th, 29th, going into Monday the 30th, okay?
Okay.
Did your relationship become strained in any way? Yes or no?
Yes.
And as a result of that, did you decide to do something on June 30th, that Monday?
Yes, I ended up obtaining a restraining order.
Okay. Now I'm going to just step back for a second, and we're going to talk about that day in particular, okay?
Okay.
At some point, were you communicating with the defendant at all?
Yes.
How so?
It started in the morning. It was both text and phone calls that we were going back and forth with each other. I had requested to see my son. I wanted to make sure that he was okay. She had sent many disturbing messages back and forth to me.
I'm sure
Where
there's
were
a
you
motion in
on the
limine.
30th, on that Monday? Were you living at 125 Phillips Brook?
That was my permanent legal residence, but I was at my parents' house that day.
Okay. When was the last time you had been there?
It would have been June 27th, I believe, the day before our planned bachelor.
Okay. At any point, did you go back there to retrieve some items, guns, or anything like that?
Yes, the day prior, I had gone to obtain. I knew that I needed to pick up my firearms. I had feared for my son, and I thought that his life was in danger and grave risk.
And I object to any further questioning on this on quality grounds and on relevance grounds to whether Ms. Fitzsimmons assaulted a policeman in the bedroom where it was just the two of them.
I'm just going to take the objections one at a time. That objection sustained, I will strike.
You own firearms.
Yes, sir.
How many?
Roughly 9.
And where were they kept in the home?
They were kept upstairs in the closet. There was a large rifle safe. Several of them were kept in there. And then I had one firearm that I would keep in our bedroom that was in a green chest directly. If you were to walk into the bedroom, it was on the left side in the green chest, directly next to the door frame, locked up in my green safe.
Okay. So if you walk into your home through the door, yes, front door.
I have an issue that and this is making me really question the entire family, the alien family, because both his sister and him testifying are trying to sniggle information in that is not allowed. And I don't know if this is because they weren't prepped properly, or if they were prepped properly and they just don't care and are trying to get it in anyway, but it's icky. I don't like it at all. And if this is anything like how he really is and his sister really is, Kelsey girl, count your blessings, honey.
The stairs to upstairs, fair to say, almost right in front of you?
Correct.
Okay. Now, as you walk up the stairs, there are 2 rooms at the top.
Yes.
There's a landing and 2 rooms at the top, correct?
Yes.
The safe that you had described, the green safe, which way would you go to get to the green safe?
You would take a right into the bedroom, and then the first foot that you would step into the bedroom, it was directly on your left, on the ground.
That was a bad question. What color is the safe? The rifle
I
safe?
did not,
The rifle
Melissa.
safe was black.
Black. Okay.
I did
wanna
not
talk
hear
that
about
first.
the
I apologize.
that family
Now,
outside
that-
of court.
Where was that?
If you were to go up the stairs and you were on the landing, you would take a left. You would go into that room right there, and then it was in that closet directly on the left side of the room.
Okay. And it's a rifle safe, meaning it has a lock?
Yes.
What kind of lock?
I believe it was a key padlock.
Do you know if the defendant had any firearms?
Yes.
How many?
I couldn't be exact. She just got her license to carry returned to her. I don't know the exact number of firearms that were returned to her.
Okay. What kind were they?
Several handguns.
Handguns? Okay. When you went on the 29th to retrieve your handguns, where did you go?
I went directly upstairs and I went into that gun safe, the rifle safe that was on the left side of the landing, and I retrieved my firearms from there first.
And then you talked about a green safe. We're going
Yes.
to talk about that. You walk up the stairs, the landing is there, you go to the right, which is the bedroom, correct?
Correct.
The other room, is that the one with the crib in it?
Correct.
Okay. Now, if you go right to your left, you had described on the floor, correct?
Yes.
You had one gun in there?
Yes.
Did you see any other guns in there when you opened that?
No, I did not.
So are we not talking about the green safe?
Yes.
Okay.
Shut up, Melissa. I did not hear that. I've kind of been isolated from this until tonight with the replay. And I know it says recap, but basically I'm replaying the trial. We, instead of spending all day, we just do it in like 3 hours. How about that? What are we doing, sir? Oh my goodness.
I'm going to show you what's been previously marked.
Show us something.
Exhibit number 40 first, okay?
Okay.
You see that screen?
I do, yes.
Recognize what that is.
Yes.
So describe where the photo taker, the picture taker would be standing in that home.
They'd be standing on the landing as immediately.
That's who was in the court that they had to admonish twice? Was the flippin' family? Shut the front door. These people. That's the kind of stuff that makes everybody side with Kelsey. If there was any question about it, behaving the way that you're behaving, yeah, kind of makes us go, oh.
As you go up to the stairs to the second floor in between the 2 rooms.
Okay, and that's the one on the left that we had been describing,
Yes.
correct? I'm going to show you what's been previously
Hold
marked.
on. The one on the left, meaning the room on the left?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to show you. what's been
Horrible
marked
questions.
Number 45. Can you see that?
Yes.
Do you recognize what that is?
I do, yes.
What is it?
That is the nursery. That's the closet with my clothes in it. And behind my clothes is the black rifle safe.
And that is, when you're standing on the landing, that is the room to the left. And the closet in that room is where the rifle safe is.
Correct.
Great.
And I'm sorry if I asked this already. Did you see any of the defendant's guns in that rifle safe?
Yes.
How many? Do you remember?
I don't remember exactly. I believe there was 2, but I don't remember the exact amount.
Now, bear with me. I'm going to take it step by step. I'm going to show you exhibit number 49. Do you recognize what that is?
Yes, that is taken from the landing, going up to the second floor on the right side. That's facing our bedroom with my green safe on the floor.
Okay, so the picture taker is on the landing, correct?
Correct.
The stairs are pretty much behind them.
Directly behind.
And I'm going to show you what's been marked as exhibit number 51. Do you recognize, first of all,
Yes, I recognize the room.
And that's the same room we were just talking about?
Yes.
The green safe is the box in the left corner of the picture?
Yes, and on the ground, that the large chest, the box, yes.
Okay, so this is the safe you were talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know what that box is?
I do not know.
Have you seen that box before?
I may have, but I don't remember seeing it.
When you went on the 29th and retrieved your gun out of that safe, and you didn't see any of the defendant's guns in that safe, correct?
I don't believe so, sir.
Do you remember that box being on top?
That box was not there, sir.
Now, I'm going to turn your attention, now that we're on the 29th, I'm going to turn your attention to the 30th. You had stated that you had been calling and texting the defendant throughout that day, correct?
Yes.
Were there any plans attempted to be made by anyone?
She had made several attempts to try to get me to meet her at the Common via text message. She had reached out and said, can we meet the Common at 2 p.m.? My initial response back to that was for what? She then, again, tried to get me to reason with me to meet me at the Common again. At that point, I said I had no gas. There was no way for me to get there. And she tried to meet up at several points. And I told her that was not comfortable. I did not feel comfortable being alone with you. I wanted to make sure my son was okay. And I feared that his life was in danger.
Next question.
Non-responsible.
Yes.
Where were you when the texting back and forth was happening?
I believe I was at my parents' house in Stowe.
Okay. At some point, did you make your way to North Andover?
I did, yes.
Why?
I felt that my son's life was in grave danger and that imminent harm may come to him in the hands of Kelsey.
So
Ay,
as a
ay,
result
ay.
of
Hold on, there's an objection. Overruled, just as the state of mind, not the truth.
so where did you go?
I went to my friend Hunter Hassam's house. He was renting an apartment in North Andover at the time.
Why did we end up at Hunter's
Did you
house?
call anybody to meet you there?
I don't know if I had made the call or that they had called me, but I had called my sister Courtney. I told her that I was going to North Andover. I had feared for my son, and I didn't know what was going to happen, but I had called her, and I was in contact with Kelsey's maid of honor, Katrina, and her bridesmaid, Michelle.
So Katrina, Michelle, Courtney, Hunter, and you?
Yes, sir.
Are you all at Hunter's house right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Without saying what was said between was there anybody else there? 'Cause I have 5.
I believe Hunter's girlfriend at the time, she was there as well. I believe she was present.
Now, were you communicating when you were there with the defendant at all?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
There were text messages that were being exchanged just over Caden, our son, and just general messages back and forth.
Okay. Did you ever agree to go meet her at the park?
No, sir.
Okay. At some point, did you learn through the text messages anyway that she knew you were at Hunter's?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us about that, please?
All of us were at Hunter's. We were all discussing the events that had occurred and what we could do to ensure Caden's safety, which is our son, but also Kelsey and everyone else around. At one point, Kelsey had messaged my phone.
I'm sorry. To the extent, Judge, that the questions are open-ended, producing narrative answer, object. And, there's been all sorts of objections sustained without the answer. So I would ask the court to maybe direct the Commonwealth to make more specific questions.
Yeah, ask better questions.
An answer that's half okay and half non-responsive and objection.
So the objection's overruled. If you could just try to just answer the question to the best of your ability, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, next question.
Thank you. Did she, meaning the defendant, say something to you to indicate that she knew you were at Hunter's?
She
Yes,
had,
yes or no?
yes.
Okay, what did she say?
I don't remember the exact verbiage, but it was, what are you doing? Something along the lines of, what are you doing at Hunter's? What is happening? Why are you with my friends? Something along those lines.
Am I missing something? Because my understanding is that he set up the whole I'll meet you at the park thing. So I'm confused. Is there evidence of these text messages where she was acting so inappropriately? I want to know, because if that's the case, that changes some of this, not all of it, but some of it. So I hope they get into this, because you can't just say stuff. I mean, you can, but.
Now, without getting into the conversation that you had with your friends and with your sister, was a decision made for you to go somewhere to do something?
Yes.
Okay. And what was that?
To go to Lawrence to obtain a restraining order attached with temporary custody of Caden.
And did you do that?
Yes.
Where did you go? Do you remember?
I don't remember the exact, it was family probate court, I believe it was, but I'm not 100% sure.
And who did you go with?
I went with my sister Courtney.
Now, did you fill out paperwork while you were there?
I did, yes.
Did anyone assist you in filling that out?
Yes, my sister helped me, and then there was also someone with the court system. I don't know who the name was, but they assisted as well.
Fair to say you went in front of a judge, an order was issued, and then you left the building, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Where did you go when you left the building?
I immediately went to the North Andover Police Department.
When you got there, did you have a conversation, without saying what was said, with some of the police personnel there?
Yes.
Did you give them anything?
I believe I handed them the restraining order, and they said that it was already faxed to them.
Okay. At some point, did they leave?
They did, yes.
And what did you do?
I waited at the police station while they went to the Kelsey Fitzsimmons home.
Okay. And at some point, did you get a call?
I did, yes.
From whom?
I believe it was from Officer Daly. He had called to inform me to come to the residence and get custody of my son.
So did you go?
I did, yes.
Did you go with anybody else?
My sister and I, we both went to the house. We took 2 separate cars.
Did you get there at the same time?
Yes.
What happened when you got there?
At that point, we both walked into the house. Officer Daly was downstairs. 2 officers were upstairs, and Kelsey's mother was holding the baby in the living room. At that point, I obtained Caden from her mother, and then we initially started to put him in a car seat. And then once he started crying, we figured it might be best, my sister and I, to get him ready for transport to bring him back to Stowe outside.
Okay, so who carried Caden out?
My sister Courtney did.
And what did you do?
I asked if I could obtain some clothes while I was there. I just needed something so I could live day to day, as I had no clothes or any of my son's.
Was this the first time you went out, or did you go back in the house a second time, if you remember?
This was the first. I went out the first time, and then I came back in.
Okay, so the first time you went out, Courtney went out with Caden.
Yes.
What did you take, if you remember?
I believe I had a car seat in my hand.
Okay. At some point, you came back
Yes.
and you asked permission to do something?
Yes, I asked permission to get some clothes and a few clothes for Caden and some of his bottles and formula.
Okay, so where did you go?
I went down to the basement that was under construction at the time. There was no lights on, so I believe I had my camera, my phone out with the light on it, and I was searching for a suitcase that I had down there just to throw some clothes in.
At some point, was your attention drawn to something?
Yes.
What happened?
I immediately heard an officer's commands. I heard an officer scream out, "Stop, don't do it." At that point, I believe I had heard several gunshots ring out, and I heard Kelsey's mother screaming.
How do you hear that in the basement? Am I tripping? He was in the
What did you do
basement.
At that point, I immediately ran through the garage, which was connected just to the basement. There was no wall there. Again, we're putting up a wall, so I ran straight through there. I fumbled with the lock for a second to get it open, as there was no light down there. As I got it open, I threw the door open. I ran around the side of the house, screaming for my sister to run.
And so where did you go? Did you see your sister?
I believe I saw her briefly. I did see her running down past the school that was adjacent to our property.
With Caden?
Correct, yes.
So what did you do?
At that point, as I saw my sister run, I knew that we needed a vehicle for transportation to get out of there, to get out of the area as fast as possible. Fearing for my son's life, my sister's life.
Sustain, just what you did.
I got into my vehicle. I believe I had made eye contact very briefly with Officer Houston, who was grabbing his medical bag out of his patrol vehicle. I got into my truck, and I immediately pulled a U-turn and drove where I saw my sister running from. Once I got to the other end of the school, I had stopped my vehicle, and at that point, I didn't see which direction my sister had gone. So I had stood outside my car yelling her name repeatedly. I wasn't sure where she was, if she was okay. And then
At some point, did she appear?
she did appear. She came running out behind another house across the way, and she came running over towards me.
And what happened when she got to you?
She got in the vehicle, and then we quickly drove down the road to get away towards Mass Ave in North Andover.
And where did you eventually go?
We eventually made our way back to Stowe, Massachusetts, at my parents' residence.
Thank you.
Why not Hunter's house? This is gross. Kind of everything about it is gross.
Were the guns?
Oh, there's USMC.
Were they ever kept in the basement?
No,
Is there a gun safe in the basement?
there was never a gun safe in the basement.
Did you have a way of remotely accessing the surveillance cameras?
I could look at them.
Did you before you went over?
Remotely accessing them, I was able to view them, yes.
Okay, when you did you see the defendant's car in the driveway?
No.
Okay, is that where she usually parked?
Yes, always.
Okay, and when I asked you that question, what time frame are we talking about?
During the day, what time?
Yeah.
It must have been roughly 5 o'clock, 5 p.m.
Thank you. I have nothing else.
Okay, cross-examination?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So a lot of talk about gun safes. The safe that you mentioned with your rifles in it, that was in the baby's room, correct?
Correct, yes.
And that's the room as you go up the stairs to the left, you hit the landing, you go make a left, you're in the baby's room, correct?
Correct.
And then you visited the house on the 29th to retrieve your guns, right?
Yes.
And it's fair to say that you spent about 60 seconds with the baby.
I would say that's not true.
Kelsey had to tell you, do you want to see your baby? Do you want to hold your baby? And you held your baby for about a minute. Isn't that right?
I was at the property for roughly 30 minutes.
Answer my question.
Okay.
Is that true?
Yes.
So with respect to the gun safe in the bedroom to the right, up until then, that was your and Kelsey's bedroom, correct?
Correct, yes.
And there was a green safe in that bedroom, right?
Yes, sir.
And on the 29th, you went to that bedroom and you retrieved some of your firearms from that green safe, correct?
Yes, sir.
In fact, that was your grandfather's safe, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
And you wanted to take that with you, didn't you?
I did, yes, sir.
And you took Kelsey's guns out of that safe and you put them on the bed so that you could take only your guns and your grandfather's safe. Isn't that correct?
I did not take the gun safe, sir.
Isn't that what your intention was until Kelsey asked you not to?
I did leave the gun safe, yes, sir.
You left it because Kelsey asked you to leave it because she needed a place to safely keep her guns, right?
I don't know if that was her intention, sir.
So let's just go back a minute. You said that you went into that safe, you didn't see any other guns, you took your guns and you left. Isn't it true that you took Kelsey's guns, which you did see in the safe, you put them on the bed, and you tried to take the safe?
I do not remember if I took any of her guns out of the safe, sir. I don't remember seeing any of her firearms in that green safe. I only remember seeing them in the black safe.
So, I mean, you were very interested in getting your stuff out of that house on a couple occasions. This was your chance to get your grandfather's gun safe out of there, and it's your testimony that you just decided to leave it?
The only priority was removing my firearms. That was secondary because it was holding my safe, and it meant a safe transport way to move that firearm out of the house in a secure manner.
And when you left Kelsey with her firearms, and you took yours and you went back to still with your father, correct?
Yes, sir. I took my firearms.
Now, you said you were, just want to get it right. You said that you work at the North Andover Fire Department, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Do you work there presently?
Yes, sir.
Are you on the schedule?
No, sir.
Why not? He opened the door.
Objection? Relevancy? Yeah, I'll hear you sidebar.
They asked all about from the time he was in high school. What is happening? Let me zippity doo dah us here. I did not like this young man and everything I read about him.
I discussed that sidebar.
Definitely don't like him now.
Sir, you're not on the schedule and you're not presently able to work for that department, isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
And the reason you were placed on suspension or administrative leave, whatever you call it, is because you have been caught on video many, many times using drugs that are in violation of your department and the town policy, correct?
Allegations were placed against me, and the town has a responsibility to do their due diligence and investigate that manner.
So that's a yes?
Yes, sir.
When
Oh,
did that go into place?
I don't have the exact date, but roughly a week or two ago.
Do you know the,
oh, hold up. This, Bradle is doing this because this crap, if it is true and proven to be true, oh boy, guess what? When you go to family court and you want to get custody or maintain custody, oh boy. Oh, let's keep going.
duration of this suspension or whatever you want to call it?
Just saying,
Oh, sorry.
let's move on, Mr. Brado.
Sure. Nothing further.
Read you out?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, I didn't find that to be super impactful. He's caught over 100 times on video doing dope. Sir. Oh. Oh. Oh boy.
Just raise your right hand. Do solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this pause now hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Thank you.
You may have a seat. Put yourself right up to the mic. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Excellent. Thank you. You may proceed.
Sir, in a loud and clear voice, can you please introduce yourself? Spell your first name and your last name.
Patrick Noonan, Patrick Noonan.
And how old are you?
50.
And
Sir. Okay, first off, I didn't have the twofer on for this evening. Holy smokes. And secondly, he's 50? Sir, you don't look like you're 50. You look like you're at least 60. The Santa Claus beard ain't cutting it. You should shave that crap. Just saying.
what town do you live in?
North Andover.
Where were you born?
Rochester, New York.
How long did you stay there?
Until I was about 4 years old.
And where did you move to?
North Andover.
Who did you move with?
My sister, mom and dad.
And what are their names?
My mom is passed, but my dad is Timothy Noonan.
And what was her name?
Patricia.
And your sister?
Mary.
Did your sister live in the area?
She lives in Lynn.
Where did you go to school?
For high school?
Grade school, high school?
The North Andover Public School systems. And then for high school, I went to St. John's Prep.
And did you play any sports there?
Hockey and lacrosse.
Did you graduate?
I did.
Once you graduated, did you further your education in any way initially?
Okay, so I have to talk about the purple shampoo in the graying. So Misdemeanor is a fan of the silvery look. I do like a silver fox. Mr. Demeanor, his hair is, I mean, I literally joke with him all the time because he says, yeah, look at how gray it is. It is not gray. It literally is silver. It glistens like it has little metallic pieces in it. Like my dad always had like white hair. It was literally white. But Mr. Demeanor's, it's like this silvery, sparkly. I love it. And he's always saying to me, I'm going to get that, that, what is it? The stuff where you can put it on to make it dark. I'm like, no, don't do that. Please don't do that. So I don't mind the lighter hair, but get rid of that facial
Initially,
hair.
yeah, I went to Santa College for about a year.
Did he say Santa College?
That wasn't working out. I got my degree later on down the road.
What did you get your degree in?
Criminal justice.
From where?
UMass Law.
Now, after you
I
left
killed
Siena,
myself.
Did you work?
Yes, I did.
What'd you do?
I worked at Macy's Security.
And
Of course.
how long did you work there?
A couple years. It wasn't too long.
Did you meet anybody significant in your life while you worked at Macy's?
My wife,
Who's that?
Angie.
And was she working there also?
She was.
Did you get married at some point?
We did.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a dangerous question. What's your anniversary?
It is December 22nd,
What?
1999.
1999. Okay.
What is happening right
Do you have
now?
any kids?
I do.
How many?
Just one.
Boy or girl?
Boy, Joseph.
And what does Joseph do?
He is currently at UMass Lowell as well, studying environmental engineering.
Have you lived in North Andover ever since you've been 4 years old?
No.
He went through this
I did
already.
when I was in the military.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Oh.
Sorry about that. At some point,
Brooklyn! And you're right. Who does care? I
What
don't.
did you? What area of the military did you join?
Air Force.
And when was that?
That was in 99.
And where is boot camp for the Air Force?
Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio.
And can you tell us a little bit about boot camp? Some of the training, some of the things that you were subjected to, I guess.
For
Yeah, I mean,
the
it's,
love
it's,
of all things holy.
some sleep deprivation. You also have, you have to learn how to march. They basically strip your identity and try to build you up as a team. firearms training, things like that.
At some point,
From what I've seen so
Did you
far,
make
I
it through
think
boot camp?
so.
I did.
did you, I guess, enlist or volunteer to any special area of the Air Force?
Security forces.
And what is security forces?
They're basically the defenders of the force. So when I went in, I went through my tech school, which is almost like a police academy. We learn various different things in there, land nav, different weapons systems, things of that nature. And then once you graduate, you get your orders cut.
And what were your orders originally?
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
And what was your role when you were in Cheyenne, Wyoming?
I originally, when I was waiting for my security clearance, I was originally working on the ground. So ingress, egress from the gates, a cruiser, enforce the laws of the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
When you're going through that type of training, are you trained in the use of firearms?
Yes.
Any different, all different types?
Yes.
Any types of weapons,
Yes.
such as?
The 60, which is a fully automatic machine gun. The SAW, which is pretty much the same, only it's a little lighter. The 203, which is an M16 with a grenade launcher attached to it. M16 and also your sidearm.
Eventually, did you get your security clearance?
I did.
Okay, and was your assignment different when you got that?
Yes, they moved me over to like a camper team. So whenever a facility goes down, you go with a 4-man team to protect the site.
What kind of sites are we talking about?
Missile sites.
Nuclear missile sites?
Yes.
And are they in one
What
state,
does
more
this
than one
have to
state?
do with the
Tri-state.
price of
And
tea
what
in
tri-state area is
China?
That would be Wyoming, Nebraska, and Wyoming, Nebraska, Colorado.
And was that your range or?
Yes.
Oh my, I'm fast forwarding.
And,
I do not care about any of this.
It was basically like you link up with your
To where?
fire team.
I
carries
want
a
to
different
know
weapon
about
from
the
machine, or
day.
if any alarms were tripped.
So you're heavily armed.
Mhm.
Did you at some point move from a camper team to some? Okay,
Oh
the
my
health unit
goodness.
was on the camper team or the fire team?
Was to have overwatch down
When did you leave the service?
2003.
And when you left the service, did you go to work anywhere else?
Seabrook Nuclear.
Specific
Oh,
training of-
for
22
the
weeks or 12
love.
weeks.
And what kind of trainings were that?
Different the whole plant.
And what was your plan at that? Okay. And how long were you full-time reserve?
For 1 year. Went to the academy and
North Andover Police Department. Did you have additional responsibilities?
yes.
What were those?
Areas of responsibility, different sectors, medical law.
And what is that?
They're a part of NEMLEC and the big crowds.
I'm
riots,
sorry, y'all. If you're
crowd control
interested in
security,
his
and,
background,
also
feel free to
kind of
watch
like
it
Were you part
on
of that team?
I was.
For how long?
Law and Crime
That's
or
NEMLEC,
Boston
correct?
10.
Northeast.
This is
Northeast,
preposterous.
Massachusetts.
Can we talk about June
Applied for a
30th?
different role with NEMLEC
I
at some
did.
point? The regional
A special and no knock, and I mean the whole
team you had to apply for?
tryout.
Try out?
Mhm.
Okay.
Boot run in the morning, squat thrust, squat bender, specific time, amount of time.
Stress shooting.
When you shoot under stress, we'll do sprints.
Expert in stress shooting.
Brown?
Not here as an expert in stress shooting.
I'm sorry?
Giving expert testimony about what you should and shouldn't do under stress.
Well, he was asked.
Here's the issue I have is Canadian Wallflower says trying to make him credible and not likely to spaz under pressure. The problem is that is exactly what happened. There was no reason to shoot her. And he fired twice. One of them didn't even hit her. I mean, yeah, thank you. I can't with stuff like this. That's why I like to watch it on replay, because I'm like, yeah, I need you to skippity doo-dah here. Yes, he is a talker. He's a talker, y'all. Oh, by the way, since I have it paused, all of you that are watching on the X application, there are a lot of you out there. Thank you so much. And you should probably at some point pop on over to the tubes of you so that you can give me a little thumbs up a little likey poo to help me with the algorithm. How about that? How about it? That'd be awesome. But I appreciate you watching on the Twix. Thank you, all of you.
How he tracked his stress shoot, that's the way I understood it.
So the assumption sort of rolled in there, Judge, is that he knows about stress shooting, he knows what he's doing with respect to stress shooting.
Well, he does, because he's been trained in it, and he's telling me that about the training, so.
Well, I don't object to his training, we're hearing a lot of it, but I do appreciate any sort of.
You go, Bradle.
As if he's an expert in giving his opinions about the area.
Okay, so I'm gonna take, as I said, I'll take it as it comes. I haven't heard any opinion testimony. If there's an opinion, please by all means object, but overruled.
Let's
think
move
burpees, push-ups,
on.
sit-up to a very high level. And being able to
Push-ups and
shoot
sit-ups
on
we're
target.
talking about? Oh my gosh.
What's SWAT school?
Put
Oh
on,
my
weight
word. We're talking
and,
about SWAT school now?
What's a shoot, don't shoot scenario? Okay, and did you participate in those?
We did. Were depicted of either someone holding up
You were with SWAT,
in the air.
the twice SWAT.
Things.
Okay. Did you, at some point, did you switch departments?
I did
And
a little fast
while you were with Lawrence, did you continue with your SWAT while you were
training officer. Went back to Detroit, and
and how long did you do that?
that was another 19 to 20 training, and yeah, that's about it. And I'm getting older.
June 30th of,
Oh,
70.
hallelujah.
so I'm going to turn your attention back to June 30th of 2025. Were you a patrol on that day?
Yes.
Okay. What was your shift? Do you remember?
I did a swap, so I was working for another officer. So that shift was 4 to 12.
At some point, did you get a call from someone in particular?
Yeah.
This man testified about, oh, rude pause, sorry. What in the world? This man testified about his past training and everything else for 20 minutes. Yeah. But seriously? Of course. Yes, he's trying to keep his pension. That is exactly what's going on here.
Sir Houston.
At some point, did you learn why he called you?
Yes.
And why was that?
Apparently, the defendant's ex-fiance took a restraining order out.
No, fiance
Yes,
at that
yes.
time.
Did you know that person? Did you know a person by the name of Justin?
Alien.
Didn't know
Oh,
him,
I
but
wanted
I
him
met
to
him on
say it.
one occasion.
Did you know the defendant, Kelsey Fitzsimmons?
Knew her, but not well.
What?
She was on maternity most of the time that when I first transferred over. So
What?
So you got a call from Houston.
I did.
Where did you go?
We met behind the Atkinson School. It's called the CCC, and he explained the situation to me.
Was he anybody else arrive at that point?
Not yet.
Oh.
At some point, did someone?
Yes,
Who was that?
Lieutenant Daly.
Did you talk about any plan as to how this was going to occur?
Yeah, Lieutenant Daly said that he'd do the talking, and based on the restraining order, Justin was supposed to get custody. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Well, I'll jump in. So you knew that there was.
I had to change my lights because I already have Tales of the Bizarro World up and Area 51 above me. This is ridiculous. Yeah, he just claimed he barely knew her. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. It's on.
Potentially a child there.
Yes,
In that the child would be transferred from the defendant to the fiance, correct?
that's correct.
So where did you go?
So from there, I pointed out to Officer Houston and Lieutenant Daly the positioning of where the defendant had parked her car, which was at least 150 yards away from her house. And we all thought that was very odd.
What?
So where did you go?
We pulled up right before the house. The foliage was pretty overgrown. So we left our cars there, got out, and walked up to the front door.
At some point, did you come into contact with the defendant?
Yes, we did.
How did that happen?
Lieutenant Daly knocked on the door or rang the doorbell, and she came out.
Was she with anybody?
Her baby.
Where did you go?
We went into the family room. She went straight to a couch that's off to the left, and I kind of went straight. There was another couch, and I believe Houston was to the left of me.
Did you see and hear Lieutenant Daly interacting with the defendant?
Yes.
Can you tell us what you saw?
He explained the situation that Justin had taken the restraining order out, that we were going to have to remove firearms from the house, and that the baby, their son, he was going to be in Justin's custody for, I think it was 14 days until the next court hearing.
When Lieutenant Daly mentioned that the guns were going to be removed, did the defendant say anything about that?
Yeah, she said that they were located downstairs in the basement.
What happened after that?
I noticed her duty belt on the couch, so I went and checked that. There was no firearm in there, and I observed a like a gun case on a mantle. I opened that up, and there was no gun.
There was no gun. Did she say anything in response to that?
Yeah, she reiterated the guns were downstairs in the basement.
What happened next?
She went to gather some belongings for their son, and she came up and handed me the baby. He was screaming. I was trying to calm him down. I believe she gave me his bottle, and I was trying to feed him, but I thinking it can't be too comfortable. I wear an Albert Carrier vest, and I have all my equipment in the front, so it was kind of hard to cradle him.
Did you eventually hand the baby off to someone else?
I did. I believe Lieutenant Daly.
Now, if do you typically wear gloves when you're on duty?
I do.
Were you wearing gloves that day?
Yes, briefly for maybe like 10 minutes.
Okay. Did you take them off once you were in the house?
I did.
Now, did Miss Fitzsimmons leave the room at all?
While I was with the baby, yes. Lieutenant Daly and Officer Houston escorted her around. I think it may have been a kitchen area. I never went back there, so I just basically stayed in the family room with their son.
Okay. Did on a typical restraining order service, would you let a person who is the subject of the restraining order walk around the house unattended?
No.
But you did.
At some point, did they come back?
Yes.
Okay. What happened after that?
I handed the baby off. I was standing in front of her stairs, and she had stated that she had clothes upstairs for the baby, so I handed the baby off.
And so did someone go upstairs?
Myself and Officer Houston.
Where did you go?
Right at the top of the stairs, it's like it's a very small hallway. Right to the left is the baby's room. Right to the right is the main bedroom.
Okay. And so where did she go first?
To the left, to the baby's room.
And what did you observe?
I observed a crib. The back wall had bookshelves of sort, and there were just clothes on the ground.
Did you enter the room or did you stay on the outside?
I entered the room there.
Okay. What did you see the defendant doing, if anything?
She was wrapping up baby clothes, and she put him in a car seat. And then while she was doing that, I heard an older lady come in and start to yell at Lieutenant Daly.
Okay. Did that create any reaction from the defendant at all?
No. I asked her who that was downstairs, and she looked up and said she had no idea.
What happened next?
She handed me the baby seat and asked me to take it downstairs, and I told her no.
Okay. What did you do with it?
I put it on the ground. I said, we'll deal with that later.
What happened next?
She started packing a lot of books, and it's almost like this round basket with two handles. And I explained to her that her son's 4 months old. No need for all the books. You know, you're going to see him in 2 weeks. So
What did you do?
she handed me the basket and asked me to go downstairs, bring it downstairs.
And what did you do?
I told her we would deal with it later, and I put it down on the ground.
And you told her she'd see her son in 2 weeks?
Yeah, roughly. I said your next court date is on the 14th.
What happened after you put had that conversation with her and put the book carrier down?
At that point, Officer Houston had gone downstairs because of the commotion. So she said that she had to get more clothes out of her room. So I followed her into the room, but I never went in the room. I stayed on I guess the top landing, right before the door frame.
Okay. And did that seem to be a bedroom?
Yes.
Okay, so if you walk up the stairs, you had been in the room on the left, correct?
Yes,
Now she went across to the room on the right.
yes,
You said you didn't go into the room yourself.
no.
Were you able to see her?
Yeah, she was 3 feet in front of me.
Okay, and what was she doing?
She was wrapping up clothes, and she had paused, and she said something to the effect that these are dirty. And I said, listen, wherever the baby's going, I'm sure there's a washer and dryer. I said, wherever the baby's going, most likely has a washer and dryer, so don't be concerned. And then I could tell she was getting upset. She started to shake, and I said, listen, court date is in 2 weeks. It'll be over before you know.
Did something happen next?
Yes, she was on one knee when she was wrapping up the clothes, and she pushed off with her left foot and lunged behind the door frame. So to my left, to her right.
Oh, we got to pay attention to this here because this is going to get deep. I did not bring my boots. I hope you all have your boots for the manure that's about to be spread. Yes, Elizabeth, calm down. You'll see your infant at the next court date in 2 weeks. In the meantime, your loser ex who does drugs and his nasty sister are taking him. Yeah. Who needs to be away from this child? I'm not saying Kelsey is a perfect person. Are any of us? Good grief. But I don't think Kelsey is doing drugs in front of and with her baby.
Could you see what was there from where you were?
Not from my perspective, no.
What happened after she went behind the door frame?
She reappeared with a gun behind the frame.
I got to hear this
Something happened
again.
Next.
Yes, she was on one knee when she was wrapping up the clothes, and she pushed off with her left foot and lunged behind the door frame. So to my left, to her right.
Okay. Could you see what was there from where you were?
Not from my perspective, no.
What happened after she went behind the door frame?
She reappeared with a gun and pointed it right at me and pulled the trigger.
Can you describe or show us how she did that?
Yep, so when she came around the frame here, she came up and click.
Okay. Where was it pointed?
My face.
After it clicked, what happened?
I screamed her name. I was completely shocked. She had the drop on me.
Okay, I have to pause this because if it is in as close, I can't even talk right now. If this is in as close proximity as we have seen in the pictures, this is the biggest line of bull I've ever heard in my life. Because if she is lunging to the right, her right of the door frame, and he's outside of the door frame, he is close enough and he's large enough to just take that gun and just take it away from her. What are we doing? Sir, you look like a wuss because you should have handled this situation way better than you did. And that's why we had to listen to 20 minutes of your bovine scatology background that you completely went nuts and forgot all about when you were faced with a stressful situation, and instead you shot her. Unbelievable. I thought Kelsey was innocent before this. Now hearing this ridiculousness that this Santa Claus wannabe is trying to tell us, shut the front door. You are a liar. There is no way this happened. And if it did, you suck at your job. You should retire because you're useless. Thank you, KS Granny. Sorry, sometimes I got to rant to get it out of my system. Yes, shut the front door on all of it. Shut the front door.
She began to drop, which means she had the tactical advantage over me.
All 110 pounds of her. She had the drop on you. Santa, please. KS Granny, I hope it's your friend Jennifer.
I drew my weapon. She was already backpedaling, and she was doing what we call a tap rack. Basically, when you do a tap rack, that's when your gun malfunctions. So when you tap the magazine, you want to make sure it's properly seated in the magazine well, and then you rack the upper receiver or the slide.
Okay, I think the judge was writing, I'd like him to see this, if I could, if you could just.
Yeah.
because
Oh,
you
I
made
want to
some-
see it.
Understand the lingo too. Is it a tap, rap, like a
Rack,
rap?
yes.
May he stand up so you can see what he's doing, Judge?
Yes.
I want to see
So,
this.
A tap, and a rack.
So tap on the bottom of the magazine,
Yes.
and a rack. Did she do that once or more than once?
She did it twice. So the first time she did it, it was slow motion. I could see her hand slide off the top of the receiver. She started moving her way around the bed, and she began tap racking again. And I was yelling at her, "Don't do it! Don't do it!"
This is a lot of time. Okay. Okay. And KS Granny, I hope that's a good thing. And yes, we miss Jennifer. And I know you do. We got to talk about this though. I don't know. Are any of you gun owners? If you are, what he is saying is a lot of time. Does anybody else in the chat or anywhere, like, this is an insane amount of time that she's had. She's tapping it and she's racking it. And not only once does she do that, he's now claiming she does it twice and he still shoots her? Sir. Exactly, USMC. All that military training, he would have had no problem subduing her, especially how close in proximity they were. It's a lot of time. That is a lot of time. Brooklyn, no, she did not discharge her firearm. He is claiming that it just went click. Yeah, exactly. Only if he's as slow as Christmas. And had time to run 5 feet to her. This guy, this is complete lies. I don't believe a word of it. He's protecting himself. I don't think this could be recreated in any world.
And what happened?
After she successfully got around in the chamber, her right arm started to come up, and I shot twice in rapid succession.
At her?
Yes.
Her right arm came up and the gun somehow ended up next to her left leg or under her left leg. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. This is worse than what I'd read in any of the charging documents and everything, the pretrial stuff. This is unbelievable. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'll set that.
What did you observe after you fired the second shot?
I saw her flinch. The gun went down, so I stopped shooting. She stopped her action, and then she went to the ground.
Where was she at this point?
On the opposite side of the bed, in between the wall and the bed.
What did you do next?
I covered down on her.
And what does that mean?
I kept my gun on her or in the area where she was because I couldn't really see all over at that point.
I'll tell you something else that's pissing me off. This lingo that he wants to use as he's testifying. He knows better. He knows better.
What part of her could you see?
Flinch.
I think her legs, maybe. I don't really remember.
Okay. Did someone else appear at that time?
Lieutenant Daly.
Okay. And what did you see him do, if anything?
He came up, said, "Where's the gun?" I said, "She still has it. I'll cover you."
And so what happened?
We walked around the bed. I stayed lethal force on her. He rolled her.
Please. I stayed lethal force on her. Sir, stop acting like this is Lethal Weapon 18 or something. Give me a break. You have completely pissed me off, sir. Unbelievable. And he's such a great marksman and he has all this training and everything. He missed her.
And saw the gun.
Okay, did you see the gun?
I did too. Yeah.
What happened with the gun?
He put it on the bed, and she was still conscious, alert, moving. I grabbed the gun. I moved it to the other side of the room.
I find that hard to believe too, because if she took a bullet to the chest, at the bare minimum, even if she had a vest on, she is going to have the wind knocked out of her. Have y'all had the wind knocked out of you before? I have one time ever in my life. I literally thought I was going to die. I was like, what is happening? This is it. See ya. Bye-bye.
What did
I
you
gotta
do next?
stop. I'm sorry.
We immediately started first aid.
How so?
Putting pressure on the wound. We wanted to see if there was an exit wound, which there was. So we were trying to stop the bleeding. Officer Houston came running upstairs with a med kit. Lieutenant Daly started to wrap the wounds and gauze. And then Officer Cork came into the room, and I ordered him to secure the weapon.
And did you see him do that?
I did.
Did you hear the defendant saying anything after she was on the ground?
It hurts. And I said, just keep breathing. You have a baby to live for.
What happened next?
The medics showed up, fire department, and we all got out of their way so they could start working Kelsey.
Did they transport her out?
Yes, they did.
Did you look for anything after she was removed from the house?
So before she was removed from the house, I walked out of the bedroom just to give them space. It was a very small room. There was a lot of stuff everywhere. Right to the right, there was some sort of, I don't know, end table where she lunged, and it looked like a wooden box of some sort, and the lid was open on that.
Did you look for any damage out in the hallway at all, or the other room?
When I got out into the hallway, the baby's room had a door with little glass panes. And we noticed, Officer Core noticed it first. He said, this is damage. Did she get a round off on you? And I said, geez, maybe she did.
Okay, hold on. Sustain.
Did you notice the broken glass?
Yes, I did, but there was nothing on the floor. So
At some point, did you?
Excuse me one second. Broken glass, where was it?
so on the baby's room, there's a door. I believe it was on the baby's room. And it had little glass panes.
Right.
One of them was damaged, but there was no glass on the floor, Your Honor, so I chopped it up as old.
Yeah, I would hope so. I don't even know why
did you
you
twice?
brought that up.
She wouldn't stop.
Do you know if you hit her with the first one or the second one?
I didn't know. The second one, I could visibly see her flinch, but the first one, no, she was still getting ready to raise her arm.
Sir, this is not believable. This is not believable.
Sir, I'm going to show you a number of pictures.
Sure.
I'll show you Mr. Mark's exhibit number 6. Do you recognize that?
I do.
Okay, what is that?
That's the front of the defendant's house and the door that we entered.
Show me exhibit number 10. Do you recognize what that is? Is that the front door?
Oh, yes, that's the front door. The stairs are right to the right. Yep.
Sure did, Elizabeth. Second shot, she was getting ready to raise her arm. This is worse than I even anticipated. I thought it would be bad, but this is much worse. I'm trying to figure out how anything that she said or that he says happened actually happened. And you're right, K.S. Granny.
Exhibit number 36.
What?
You recognize
I don't know what
the
that
stairs
was.
leading up. The stairs leading upstairs. So right to the right would be the master, and if you took a quick little left, the baby's room.
Yeah, there's like no space there at all.
number 39. Is that a baby's room that you were talking about?
Yes.
Number 38. You recognize what that is?
The baby's room.
Is that the container, I guess you will, the books that you were talking about earlier at the bottom?
Oh, yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as exhibit number 49. Do you recognize what that is?
That would be the entrance going into the master.
There is
Is it better?
nowhere that she was hiding to the right. There is no place
So
for
it's
it.
marked as exhibit number 51.
What are we
Recognize,
doing?
What's in that photo?
That would be the box that was open to the left of the door frame.
Number 50. Do you recognize what that is?
Yes.
Where were you in relation to this picture? Where were you when you first observed Miss Fitzsimmons pull out the gun and aim it at your face?
Right before the door frame.
Okay, so you'll back up a little?
Yeah. Probably right, whoever took that picture, probably right there.
And where were you in relation to the door frame when you shot your weapon?
I used part of the door frame as some sort of cover, and I was leaning up against it with both my hands. So my gun and my wrists would have been in the room.
Let me show you what's been marked as exhibit number.
All set, thank you.
Let me show you what's been marked as exhibit number 53. Do you recognize that?
I do.
Can you tell us, and Judge, if I may ask him to get down to point it out to you?
Okay.
Can you tell us where Miss Fitzsimmons was? If you may,
What?
to show the judge where Miss Fitzsimmons was when she first tap racked it, if you can.
Right about here. And then she started sidestepping, and I was telling her not to do it. And I shot approximately right here, and she finished.
Why, if she was wanting to shoot him, would she be backing up from him to shoot him? Your instincts don't allow that. What are we doing? Sir, how do you sleep at night? So she backed up from him and then also sidestepped him, but it's because she wanted to kill him. She wanted to shoot him.
So it makes sense to stop for the day at this point. And we'll pick up at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And witnesses, the folks that are on the witness list should continue to follow my order and rule. And that is not to watch any of the other folks' testimony. And we will pick up tomorrow morning.
All right.
Okay, everybody. So let me take everything and make us normal again. No more Area 51. We'll go back to Ms. D. How about I take Bizarro World out until tomorrow? And shall I make us normal lights again? Well, there's one of them. And let's see if I can get the other one. Well, maybe. There we go. Back to normal. I like to watch trials like this so much better. Instead of sitting all day long and watching hours and hours and hours and hours and having to listen to his full 20 minutes of all his fantastic training. Woo, this is way better. 3 hours, just like that. Full day of testimony. Yes, Felicia, tell us why you really did shoot her, because I'm not understanding what you're telling us. So before we go for the evening and I get to go eat that delicious breaded pork loin that Mr. Demeanor made, I have to tell you about my day this morning. So I arrive at work and I circle the building and I go inside and I walk into my office and I have a very, very large window well, I say window, it is literally floor to ceiling glass. And I look outside and there is a body in front of the building. And I'm like, what is happening right now? There's a bicycle next to this body. And I can't tell if this person fell off of their bicycle and bumped their head and they're laying there and needing medical attention, or if it is a homeless person and they've decided this is a nice, cozy place to take a snooze. And so I'm looking and I'm thinking, I don't see this man breathing. And now I'm scared. Now, mind you, this is the third time something like this has happened to me in my career. So somehow I am marked. But so I called 911 because I'm like, there is this man that is laying in front of the building and I don't know what to do for him. And I don't want to go out there and startle him. I don't have any sort of weapon on me to protect myself at that particular moment. And so sure enough, the local police department did arrive at the location. And she says to me, the police officer says, "Oh, I've been dealing with him since yesterday. He's trying to get to another state." And I'm like, well, then he needs to like go the right way. And that's that way. And she said, I know, that's what I've been trying to tell him. There was nothing wrong with him. She went out there and she woke him up. He literally just kicked off his shoes, decided to take a little snooze in front of my building. Why me? Just why? So that's how I started my Monday morning was with this body in front of the building. The fact that he kicked his shoes off, it still kills me that he did that. Just, kicked his shoes off. Like, I just need to take myself a little nap. I'm tuckered out. Yes, Canadian. Yes, this is how true crime makes you think. I immediately was like, is he dead out there? What I was most concerned with is that he had taken some sort of drug and had overdosed, and I didn't know how long he had been there. And if it was too long of a time, revival was not going to be an option with any sort of Narcan or anything like that. But it didn't turn out to be that at all, thank goodness. Just a little napper. We had a little Rip Van Winkle. So I say all of that so you can have your final giggle for the day. And we will be back tomorrow night. We'll do the same thing. I think I can probably, because this was supposed to be like 5-6 hours of testimony. I did it at 1.25 speed. None of you complained. And so I think that's going to be a good speed for us. So we were able to get through all of this in a short period of time. So we'll do it again tomorrow night. We'll plan. There's a possibility if we go, if this gets wrapped up tomorrow and we're just on verdict watch, then Wednesday for Wine and Crime Wednesday, it will definitely be possibly verdict and wrapping this up. If not, I am contemplating a possible deep dive into the Joseph Duggar situation, but I don't know that there's a lot of information out there yet. And so we're going to have to just kind of roll with things this week, guys. So, but tomorrow night for sure, 6:00 Central, we will do it again. We'll be right back here. I am happy you all like the recaps. I'm happy the speed was good. I say recap, but really it was a replay. We just did it a little faster. Thank you so much, Kelly, for being my mod and hanging out tonight and taking care of everything. Thank you all for joining me this evening and getting caught up with Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Like I say, we'll be back tomorrow night. Until then, you know, it doesn't cost a penny to be kind. So find someone to do something nice for today if you haven't already. And remember,